Okay, we are now audio live, so no one say anything incriminating.
Bing bong, bing bong.
No, I don't know. Come on now. I said not
Is that what you
incriminating.
consider to be? Okay.
It's very incriminating.
You know what? I never actually did an audio balance check, so let's do that right now on air. Yoey, can you say something, please?
Tango Ice Blast cannot be sugar free.
Some are.
Songbird. Oh, again, please.
I think it can be if it wants to be.
Dave, what's your opinion on Tango Ice Blast and sugar freeness?
Frankly, I don't see why they can't be sugar free.
Get some aspartame.
It doesn't really matter,
Yes,
but I
we
don't
do.
know. What's your opinion?
The sugar-free version is ass, though.
Okay.
I mean, that's not surprising.
Cool.
Agreed.
Yeah, we seem to
Probably.
be pretty balanced. So,
My God, imagine us.
I know, right?
balanced.
welcome. I didn't actually if everyone was in frame, but it seems to be pretty good. I'm a little bit out of frame, and actually, everyone else is kind of good. Let me just move this
You're
over.
very dark.
Hey, I'm going through my anti-hero phase. Okay, give me a break.
That's fine. We're gonna meet the villain today. That's cool.
So welcome to another episode of Give a Crit. I'm joined as always by Briar, played by Yona, Gregor, played by Joe, Husker, played by Songbird, and Thal, played by Dave. I am your host, Yonch.
If you think about it, think about it for a second.
Who am I?
Who am I today?
Where am
Who
I?
am I?
And
Okay.
where we left off, I'm going to do the recap today.
Oh, go.
But not the whole recap. I'm just going to do like the very end of what happened. So where we left off, you guys arrived in Citadel and quickly made your way through the garden, not the garden, sorry, the artisan district of the temples, temple district, and bought a few things, including a small crab that walks around in a circle, a expandable staff, and other tidbits, including also a flare, 2 flares, one that might work and one that probably will work. You then headed to the next district over, Weasel's Walk, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then it was Weasel's Walk, but I need to get on the map anyway. You headed off to Weasel's Walk, and then through to the Garden District upon hearing that Beggar's Walk had been lost to demons.
Yo.
Continuing from there, you managed to meet up again with your friend the Weasel,
Good friend.
and talk about a act of a hostile takeover, you could say, upon Beggar's Walk once it's been cleared of demons. He told you to give him a few days to procure things. If you do that or not, it's up to you. And then headed off to further into Beggar's Walk, within that first little area where it's been retaken. You met up with the captain of the guard, who gave you the assignment to go to the library within the Owl's Perch and collect information. Since you wanted to do research already, you accepted and started off in that direction. That's where we left off. We're going to pick up with you arriving at Owl's Perch. You guys made your way through Castle's Rest, Warrior's Rise, and Castle's Rest again. Sorry, Castle's Rise again, sorry, to get to Owl's Perch without any issue. The guards let you through upon seeing both that the captain and the guards said it was okay, and also the piece of paper that you have that says you can move freely between these areas. But I believe Bryce that you wanted to avoid going through the castle ward, so you avoided that. It only added like an extra hour onto your time towards
Only
the
an
center.
extra hour.
Upon arriving, you see normality actually. For some reason, there doesn't seem to be any sort of like panic within the Owl's Perch. People are just going about their daily life, really.
Unbothered. Demons, man, not my neighborhood.
I mean, they have a couple
There's a whole.
sections before they're
You
worried.
can assume that there's probably a cause between them and the demons is the Platinum Trail, which houses the usually most virtuous and holy of the paladins, those of like the Platinum Dragon and that ilk, the ones that are specifically made to deal with demons and undead.
Oh shit, that'll be fine. Yeah,
They should be good.
I guess I would be a little less concerned as well.
Okay, so we have two options. We have the big library that I've been in before, or we have the smaller one run by that tiefling woman that might have like extra information that we might not be able to find so easily in the big library.
I think you just answered your own question.
But there's stuff that we want to find in that, like, I imagine that demons are going to be a lot easier to find stuff about in the big library when there's lots of books. Like, demons is a pretty normal topic.
If I can correct you very quickly, just to make sure you have all the information, the library that you're referring to about the demon, the tiefling woman isn't actually a library, it's a book restoration store. Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
But I was sent to her.
Yeah, you could probably go there and find books.
For
just
info.
they might cost you money
Yeah.
as opposed to the library.
We could do both.
What are we in front of right now?
Are we? Right now, you just entered the Owl's Perch through the large gate that leads to Castle's Rise. So you see a few guards, but seemingly behind you at this point, you see sort of like these. The Owl's Perch is very refined. There's a lot of like white marble and clean stone. Really, the thing that's most of note in the Owl's Perch is the large glass and marble library that you escaped from last time. Apart from that, there seems to be smaller stores. This area seems really about knowledge. There seems to be small laboratories, as far as you can tell, and laboratories, and like and small bookstores and such. It seems a lot like the very academic sector of the city. There's even certain mage colleges and more academic colleges within the Owl's Perch.
Well, maybe we try the big library first, so then we won't have to potentially buy anything.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Are
And
we
then
not
anything
gonna
we can't find, we can go
We'll go to Link.
and hope that maybe she has some information.
Right.
There's no promise that she'll even have books available for us to look at, really.
Do you think we're still allowed into the big library?
My question, exactly.
I don't know what you guys did, really. I know what I did, and I'm probably fine. I don't know what you guys did.
You
My
know
too.
what,
I was outside the
honestly,
entire time,
Yeah, you
so
should be
I'll be
fine.
fine.
I'd have misobeyed some direct orders from the guards.
I think I might have done something dumb.
I
And
wanna look at the
I'm
guards
thinking-
behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them like looking, keeping a close eye on like Husker and Gregor specifically?
Are they all looking at a rogues gallery? of who-
Funnily enough, the guards behind you are actually the guards in the uniform of the Queen's Guard, not in the uniform of the Owl, so that wouldn't really help you.
So they don't really
because
care.
it's the threshold to Castle's Rise. It's technically an area patrolled by
Right.
the Queen.
But it does mean that they either don't know or do not care about the stuff that the owls.
The ones behind you are actually looking at you in some sort of reverence, like not really like they like worship you, but more just you're obviously above their pay grade because you have a letter from the Queen allowing you free passage. So they're kind of like avoiding really dealing with you.
Okay. Well,
What the?
I feel like you guys could blag it, right? The Queen
What's that
likes
mean?
you.
What?
Oh, you could convince people that you're allowed in. Like, if the Owls Guard have a problem with you, you can be like, yeah, but the Queen's Guard like us, and the Queen likes us, and she outranks you.
Blaggit is Elvish slang.
Yeah, we blag it.
Oh wow.
See,
I thought it was Scottish slang.
yeah, we
No.
probably can.
I believe in you guys.
Trigger.
I believe in your blagging ability.
I'm not going to get used to that word.
Okay, oh yes, I'm just remembering now. The library. Last time, Oscar flew to the roof,
Yeah.
and Al, you tried to sneak in. I tried to sneak in too. I get in, and you got caught by a guard, Thal.
Too loud, too
Yeah.
clunky.
I finagled my way out of it.
You did.
You blagged
did.
it.
Yes.
You flagged it. Oh,
I go up. Okay, I took an elevator.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
on the inside.
I could have done worse, but I could have conducted myself a little better.
I think you'll be okay, Gregor.
Yeah,
I think our
think
biggest
so.
problem is Husker,
what?
as usual.
How could you say that?
You know,
Because people directly saw you fly in.
because you ignored the guard. Like you didn't
Well,
even just
that too.
fly up.
If they ask, just tell them I'm deaf.
Are you? Will you be able to play deaf?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm convinced. You got me.
Also, you have scales now, so
Yeah, you could be a different bird.
I'm a whole other guy.
You're like his brother or something. Yeah.
I can't hear it. I can't hear you.
You're his deaf brother.
Deaf, scaly brother. I am Busker.
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 But it makes more sense for me to not go in as the book thief this time.
We,
Just
I think
making
it's
sure.
frozen.
Yeah, good point. You're not there to steal, you're there to learn.
Very good.
Okay, good. Because people will be fine if I want to learn, right?
Yeah, perhaps don't be a book thief walking into a library. We'll be right about that.
I
Okay.
don't think we need to. You don't need to convince them we're someone we're not, right? We can just go in and ask for information.
No,
right
not at
now.
all.
Okay.
Except for maybe Busker.
What?
I have
Okay,
like
you're
a
selling
check-
it.
I have a checklist of things that we want to research. Do we want to split it up? Or do we want to all research everything? And hope we can cover more ground? The library's pretty big.
I guess we can split it up. That way, yeah, we can get it done potentially quicker.
Because I have a few things that I want to research, like, on the side as well, like, just for me. But I can probably read faster than you guys, so I can share the main research and then also research those
Right.
at the same time, and it probably won't have too much overlap.
Yeah. We tried to do the math on how fast Briar can read, but she can read very fast.
I can read so very fast.
She can copy spell scrolls for 2 minutes compared to the hour that a normal wizard can.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she can't just read that fast. She can also read and copy. So she could read a book that would take an hour to read, and she can read and write it into another book within 2 minutes.
Yeah, boy.
All right. So new plan, Briar. You do everything, and I will be a hype man behind you.
Well,
That sounds
I
excellent.
show off my notebook with the list of things that we were wanting to research in it, which I posted on Discord.
Let's
I'm
see.
like, this is roughly the stuff that we talked about last time. If there's anything that I'm forgetting, please let me know. And then obviously,
Yes.
like, you can research personal stuff on top of this, but this was like the main stuff that we were talking about.
Since it's my deal, I'll find out about the emerald.
Okay.
That seems logical.
I'll put like, are we wanting to make an illusion or are we wanting to make an enchantment?
I don't know yet. Let's play
I'll
that one
put
by
that in
ear.
part of my research for it.
Okay.
I feel like enchantment's better because we want it to be as realistic as possible. I'll look up illusions just
Illusory
in
people will go up to
case.
try to touch it, and then oh, their hands slip right through it, and we're barely 10 feet away before that is up.
Exactly. Okay, so I'll do some enchantment-y research as well while I'm at it. Do we want to split up? Do we all just want to grab a table together? Are there even tables? I think back.
There are tables, yes.
There are tables. There were
I-
definitely booths.
We should just grab a table together because, I mean, I could start reading about one of these things, but then I feel as though, Briar, you'll be done reading about everything else and wanting to help me finish whatever I'm reading about.
I'd be happy to. I don't want it to be like. I feel like you guys can probably take more time and more effort on the more important topics, whereas I could do mass studying of lots of little things. so we can cover as much ground as possible. So like I probably won't focus as much on deeper topics that involve a lot more thinking. Like
Right. I do
Like?
want to, I guess I would like to research the symbol to see what I can find out.
cool.
Okay.
Which one? Avis's one or the one with the circles?
The one with the folks that are trying to hunt us. That's
Okay,
the one
so
with the circles,
the
right?
circles.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if we were researching the stuff of, like, that vision with the 7 people in it, that one's going to be a lot more, like, kind of looking across a bunch of books and hoping that maybe we find something that relates to it.
Maybe they have a dream interpretation book.
Yeah. Whereas, like, little things, I could probably, like, things that are definite, going to have answers I can research easier. So, let's go in, let's gather books. Pile them all on the table, and then just start going to town, I guess.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sal, why don't you just sit quietly and take a nap? We got
Aw.
this.
Pal.
He didn't realize that Gee Whiz was one guy. I don't trust him to read a book. By the way, can I put you on blast real quick a second here, Dave?
Damn.
I need your permission to put you on blast a second here, Dave.
I'm gonna put myself on blast. I did not realize myself that it was 2 different people.
Al didn't know because Dave didn't know. He
Dave
went
stopped
to-
listening for a second.
Yes, at a critical moment, he was like, "Oh, a new guy."
I
Okay.
dead ass thought that was someone else. That's why I played it so well. Anyway,
Anyway, done blasting.
Okay. Let's just try and get in, right? Worst case scenario, Husker has to come up with some bullshit.
Right.
Oh, I'm good
Oscar's
at
good
bullshit.
at that.
Yes, pretty good at it.
I'm gonna
Okay.
confidently walk over to the library.
You all walk on in. No one seems to stop you. As you approach, you do like all of these 2 guards in like that blue and white regalia like look you up and down. Look over at whoever's at the front of the pack. It doesn't really matter who. Does a single nod, and then you guys all enter.
Is Albert here?
Albert is here behind his old like sort of like marble desk, right at the front. He sort of looks over at you guys, scans the group. There's not particularly anyone that he recognizes, and he like smiles, tilts his head.
Lovely.
I like for a second while he's scanning us tense up in case for some reason he'd figured it out, and then
He
I'm
like goes to say something to you, but do you guys stop to listen or do you just keep walking?
I'll stop if he's
Yeah, no,
staring
it's-
at
it's
us.
so-
He
I'll
goes,
stop.
if you need any help finding anything, just let me know and I will come.
Thank you.
Are the tables? We can just take any table. We don't need to like book them or anything.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
Library.
I don't know. It's a big library.
What kind of library?
Some people. Hey, in school
I got a
we had to book
reservation.
out hours for studying
we-
because other people wanted the tables so bad.
We have a reservation at 5 for the library. We gotta get there.
Look.
Get the views.
You joke, but when you've got to study for half of a day every day, it gets like that. Okay.
I really hate to do
Every
this to. I really hate to do this to you, Samba, but yeah, there is actually booking of the booths in this library.
What?
The
Oh,
upstairs.
yeah, so
no,
you
that's real.
decided
The
that
fancy
just now.
booths.
No, the
That's the thing
upstairs.
about uni too.
Yeah, the upstairs booths require booking. The tables don't.
Okay.
Why? Because the boots are more comfortable.
Yeah, I assume so.
And that's up in like the restricted section, right? Like closer to the restricted, the more high tier books and stuff.
Oh, okay, okay.
The tables do not require booking, though. You are fine.
I'm in my element. I'm back in my library mode. I immediately start going up and down aisles, scanning for every book that could be useful
Okay.
for the entire list of things you have. on
Okay,
my
so
list
roll
first.
me like an investigation check.
Book check.
I'm off.
Book
Is
check.
everyone else looking for books as well?
Yeah, I'll look for my book.
Everyone who's looking, roll me an intelligence check. Or investigation, sorry, not intelligence.
They're all just like, book.
Oh, no.
Um,
Book.
okay, I'll roll it depending on how I do. That will tell me how I go to the library. Did this roll?
Holy shit. For once, I'm in my element at the library.
Hell
14.
yeah. You're
I rolled an
proving,
18.
You're trying to prove Husker wrong. You're like, no, I
He's
don't
trying
know how to
so
read.
hard. He's rubbing his last two neurons together. He's like,
Okay, so Briar, you're looking for books, right? Just like books covering every subject.
Everything that's in my list.
Okay, what did you find? I'm sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
You rolled a 15, okay. You find a few books referring to most of the things within your list. Your list specifically, right? So even your personal stuff.
Yes.
The only thing you don't find really is magical tomes.
Fair.
There is asking around and asking the librarian, you find out that there is there's talk of there being some really old tomes in the restricted section that have like some really intense or like lost knowledge within them, but that's about it. You'd have to go to like a magic store, like a spellbook store, stuff like that. Like something that a public library holds. At least not anything that would be really of interest to you.
It was a stretch.
There's a few books that have like cantrips in them and stuff like that, but you already know them. Like they're not gonna hold like me or Swarm within a public library, you know.
I was just hoping for the best.
No, yeah, but you don't really find that. But you find books that could refer to other you could use for other things though, mostly. Gregor, what did you roll?
Haven't yet. For some reason, the beyond dice rolling is not working. Let's do it now.
Just really slow.
Suck.
Fucking D&D Beyond.
Damn. Rolled with advantage, but doesn't get it.
Oh, sorry, I did not mean to roll with
That's
advantage.
sad.
So I rolled an 11.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I am looking for anything about that symbol. So I would have probably gone to the librarian and said, I would have looked around to see if there's anyone in earshot. Then I would have like slid the paper over. Have you seen any books on something like this symbol? I slide it over.
Oh my god, he's one of them.
He looks down,
It's a
looks at you, and
secret.
goes, he like sort of hobbles his way up and walks over to like a section on sort of like unexplained like mysteries and sort of like whispers, like mostly like the urban legend kind of area, and pulls out like a book on miscellaneous symbols and what their ties may be, and goes, it's maybe something like this, and just hands it over.
Okay. Thank you. I will take a look.
He then proceeds to walk round a corner to like another section, like particularly on like symbols, and goes to starts trying to find a book and doesn't find it. And he goes, "Someone must have already taken it. Apologies."
Oh, do you have perhaps a record of who may have checked it out?
We need to kill them.
I could check if it's been checked out. It may be possessed by somebody within the library still, which we would not know.
If you could for me, see if it is checked out, that would be extremely helpful.
I could see if it has been removed, yes. And he like, sort of walks over to his desk and like opens this large ledger and like turns pages.
God, that's gonna take forever.
And he just continues to
need-
turn.
You need to tip that guy, Gregory. He sounds like he's seconds from death.
I take out my metronome and try to like set the time signature for how fast he's flipping the pages.
Interesting. That's not irritating at all.
He goes too slowly, so he just increases the tempo.
Speed up, sir.
I can't do it this fast.
Husker, what are you looking for? And what did you roll?
I rolled a 14. I want specifically information about like first-hand accounts with this emerald, its possible origin. You know, basically, just what happens when people interact with it, and maybe where it came from, so I can replicate it.
A pamphlet on
Yeah.
Elysia, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you spend a little bit of time looking, and you don't find like particularly a pamphlet on Elysia, but you do find a book talking about some of the wonders of Mireon, the Emerald of Elysia being one of them. We'll get into what that means when I do everyone at once. But you find a book regarding
Yes.
general wonders around Elysia, so you can get information on other things as well.
I'm gonna steal all of them. It's probably my whole shopping list is in this book. I'll just get all of them. Be like, hey guys, is this it?
Finally, Foul, what are you looking for, and what did you roll?
I don't exactly remember what was taken already, but I'll look for stuff for the 7.
Okay.
Like the people.
Yeah, about the dream and stuff.
Yeah, so I imagine I'll be going for like deity, divine
Yeah.
stuff and such.
So you spend
And I
a little-
rolled an 18.
18. So you spend a bit of time looking, and you do start to realize that like Briar had picked up a book or two and like about it, and you know throughout that like other people had maybe like taken a book, but you kind of start getting disheartened a little bit that like everything's been taken, even though you're looking really hard. And you find
fine.
you eventually you start pouring through like you kind of give up and you like walk over to the deities and you're looking for a book on your god, and you're like sort of like pushing a book over and like looking, and you find right in the back a small sort of beat up leather journal by the looks of it. That doesn't, you don't really think it has much to do with your god, but you open it up and the first thing you see on the first page is like the silhouettes of what looks like a 7-peaked mountain.
Oh.
And you think perhaps, so you take that and you go sit down.
What's the face?
Are you
My
crying?
beard.
My arm.
Are you crying?
His little face when he was excited, that's all.
Oh.
Okay, and you all convene. Gregor, after a little while, he sort of like opens one page and he goes, yes, the book I was going to give you seems to have been checked out a long time ago and never returned.
Oh, fuck.
Crime.
Would you like me to go and collect it for you?
Unfortunately, it was checked out before I took a position here, and therefore there is no name associated.
It's very poor record keeping.
If you find on your travels, though, or want a copy of it, we would appreciate if you brought one. It's called Important Symbols Throughout Mireon.
Important?
Rick is a book repo man. Interesting, I didn't see that progression.
Oh, that book must have an overdue fine of 34 platinum.
Alright, well, thank you for your help. I will peruse this book you gave me and see if I can locate anything. Good day. I close up my metronome.
You close all down, you take it.
Is there a place to buy coffee? Can I get coffee here?
No.
No?
No.
It's a library.
You can maybe
You
go
don't have
out.
a Starbucks in here?
They sadly don't have a Starbucks. You know what?
man.
You know what? 1 second. 1 second. I'll let the
Give me a
face
cup of-
decide. I'll let the face
Give me a
decide.
cup of coffee.
Darkies, one
Figured it
Costa.
out. Figured out the dice.
Oh, got it.
I would love there to just be a Starbucks in here.
There's like a pretty
Give me a
laundry.
Starby.
It's
I
not
need a
quite as
pink drink.
good.
It's not a Starbucks, obviously, but there is a coffee store not inside the library, but out like just outside, called the Proving Grounds.
Nice.
That's a really great name for a coffee
That
shop.
is-
Did you come up with
is.
that off the dome?
It is. It's not off the dome. Me and I did come up with it. It is the name of what would be our dream store to
That's really
own.
good. That's
So I hope you don't mind me using it, by the way.
It's fine.
It's
Now
canon
it's
now.
canon that we have to dress up as Albert whenever we open that store.
No, it's not. It's not connected. It's not connected.
It's not the same.
I'm so sorry. I take it back.
There's the rock, paper, scissors of who's the old guy.
Sorry, guess I'm Albert now.
Yeah, what do you think? Okay. Alright.
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
She
sorry.
actually okay.
Also, like, that's not true because it's outside of the library.
Yes.
Yeah. so
Okay, I
it's-
just want to make sure that you were actually annoyed at me for a second.
it's
Okay.
fine.
Good.
I'm gonna get a coffee for everybody.
Okay.
Nice.
Get everybody coffee. Brain juice.
I'm gonna take up like a second table with all the books.
Okay.
One next to us.
Well,
You pull another
it's not
table.
like small tables. Basically, they're just like entire rows of tables with benches on either side that like span the library.
Well, I take up the side that
Cafeteria
someone would
style.
have to sit.
Kind of like
next to me.
cafeterias, yeah.
If someone was going to sit next to me, there is no space now.
Okay.
Okay, once getting there, I want to see how many books are there because I have a theory.
Okay.
I have
Generally,
one.
like, do you want like a number, or do you want just like?
Like how many Briar brought?
Oh, Briar brought maybe like 30 books.
Damn.
Looking over them, like at least 5 of them have nothing to do with any of the. Like they're all like just like generic like novels.
Just like.
They're not nothing to do with
Harry
research.
Potter.
They're just like they're just like medieval. They're just like fantasy Harry Potter and stuff like that.
Just for in between when I'm waiting for you guys, you know.
It's fair.
We have like the famine tournament and stuff like that. You know.
Classic, the famine tournament. I love that one.
Oh,
See,
wait a second.
my theory is that Briar has 20 strength only when it comes to carrying books.
I imagine that I had to do like 7.
No, yeah, unfortunately, she like ran over to the table, dumped a bunch on the table, ran back, picked up a bunch more, poof,
I've
poof.
just got like a pile hiding in a corner. It's like if anyone gets near it, I'm like back off.
I want to be looking specifically in the book that I do have. If there are, I think Gregor wants to get a sense of if the symbol that he sees is perhaps made up of different symbols. Like, are there different factions or different groups that existed at one time that perhaps joined, joined up together? I just want to see if the symbols are made up.
You're looking at the one made of circles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What we'll do is I want everyone to roll me another investigation for what they're looking for in their book, and I'll go
Okay.
through everyone's. And then we'll do what you just did there, Gregor, where you tell me what you're looking for in conjunction with that, like what specifically you want to research, and I'll give you any extra information depending on what you roll.
So what is it? Investigation?
Yeah.
I got a nat, or not nat 20, but 20, not nat.
Nice.
20, not. I don't know. I think you have something about like curious mind, right? You got like an asset.
I do have an asset, but I don't think it applies to this, unfortunately, because it's history, nature, or religion.
I'll let you have it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Favorite.
Same. I'm pretty sure, Dave, you have a complication that would work
You have a
against
dummy.
you. Huh?
Yes.
I
Yes,
said
you
like,
have-
yeah.
You have disadvantage.
Absent-minded.
Yeah, you have disadvantage.
Disadvantage. It's just like a.
Oh, but whatever it says then. Yeah, you have like a minus D2 or D4 or something, right?
I picked a D4.
Okay.
It's got
We're
dummy.
rolling to remember things or concentrate. You subtract
Yeah.
your complication die from the roll.
Nice.
So
And
minus
I
your D4.
already rolled a 9, so this is gonna be fantastic.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like halfway through this, I'm just gonna hand over my book to Briar. Like, I give up.
I can't read this. I can't read this.
Oh, I rolled
Okay.
a 1. Maybe I can read this.
Yay!
Let's
Eight.
do Brian last.
Yeah.
We'll go through. Let's do Gregor first, considering he was the first one to say what he wanted. So Gregor, remind me what you want to find out again, and then tell me what you wrote.
So I'm like doing the equivalent of, I have the symbol on a piece of paper and I'm holding it up to other examples of symbols in the book to see if this circle symbol is made up of like other pre-existing symbols, like where things combined, and it can kind of give me an idea of where to look at.
Okay, and what did you roll?
I rolled a 20.
So 20. Okay. Oh yeah. So as you're looking through, you're going through, and you're looking. It wasn't really easy to see if it's made up of other symbols, considering it's just circles. There's nothing like really within it. It's just like 7 circles within a larger circle, and you find something relating to the entire symbol. You don't really see if you don't see anything if it's made up of other ones. You see, it refers to. Within this book, it's actually kind of vague. It says that it's related to the hells. It's related to sort of like the abyssal layers of hell, but that's about it. It's kind of like a very obscure, not known symbol within this book specifically. You do, though, as you're going through, notice a symbol that seems familiar for a second. It takes like a minute to remember what it is, but it seems to be, upon like realizing it's the symbol that Avis uses. Which you have noticed whilst you're comparing this is all of the symbols for the schools of magic laid on top of each other.
Okay.
and from what you've read, it seems to be, it seems to belong to like an old, like urban myth of like a secret society, that like most people don't believe is real. But the people who do believe it's either gonna bring, like great, like a fabled coming of peace or a damning age of oppression. But most just don't believe it exists.
It's like the secret society will bring a age
Yes.
of peace, or okay, got it.
There isn't really much proof to its existence apart from the sight of the symbols that have been written around and used by certain people. But most people just still believe that's like children trying to scare each other or like sort of like prank their town and such.
Interesting. Are there any names associated? with
Yes. So the secret society is known.
Mhm.
Oh, my headphones died. 1 second.
The
But
title.
the secret
Oh,
society
here's
is
the
known as
suspense.
guys.
They're so
Right.
secret that even the internet doesn't want to say.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hello, I'm back.
Hi.
Lovely.
Hi.
The Ebon Court is what it's known as.
Mm.
The Ebon Court.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I see.
I see.
Hmm.
In my mind, I'm like thinking,
That sounds about right. That sounds about. I knew she had cult energy. I knew it. Knew it.
Okay, next. Let's do Husker. Husker, what you trying to find and what did you
Coffee.
Coffee.
You,
I
you've
found-
arrived
I
back
found
with your
coffee.
coffee.
Mm,
I found coffee. I gave everyone a coffee.
thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Drink up.
lovely.
I rolled. Damn it, Brian.
Hmm.
I rolled 17, and I was only looking for like the one thing, and I found a book on it. So, same thing. The origin of this. Emerald. What happens when
Okay.
people look into it?
Yeah.
that-
So, looking through the book, you find that you find like a quick drawing of it, like sort of like a sketch of the area that you would stand in when you're looking through the emerald. And something that you notice is that the emerald is actually a single carved emerald, like fully like flawless carved emerald, but it seems to be hanging from a natural emerald constellation, like a growth that comes down from the roof and sort of hangs from it, like floating below it.
That's a bit harder to replicate.
You don't know. It's not really said if that plays a role in it or if it's just for like aesthetics. But you do know that looking through the crystals, apparently, as far as anyone is aware, allows you to see into the astral plane,
Mm.
which is a plane in this world that mostly mirrors the material plane, but has slight variances. It's like an alternate reality kind of thing.
That's
like
where the
in
dead
which the-
people live.
And that is also where the dead people live. Yeah,
Oh fuck. Can you see ghosts if I look through it?
some people do.
Whoa. So wait. Okay. So it's a stalactite
Yes.
made of emerald, and at the very bottom it's like a cut stone. It's attached to the stalactite.
From the picture, you can't really tell. It seems to be. It's
Really
been
nice.
drawn that it touches.
Yeah.
But it also does have pieces of text that indicate that it's floating. Like it seems like as if the person who wrote this says that it slowly rotates, which gives you a view of the entire like realm from where you are. But it's kind of vague on if it actually is attached or not.
Okay, I get that far in my research, and I close the book shut, and I take a big swig of coffee and light a cigarette, which I'm sure someone is going to stop me soon. But I have just decided I'm not going to Indiana Jones this shit. I'm just going to steal that.
You light the cigarette, you lean back and you take a single puff, and as you do, you hear a click behind you and the cigarette goes out.
I was about to say, if
What
he
the
goes
fuck?
out of smoke, I start blowing it away.
And you turn around and you see the librarian, like, looking over at you. He just shakes his head very slowly.
Sorry.
Sorry. My bad. I put it back away. Wait.
You blow away the smoke. Val, what did you roll? What are you looking for?
I rolled an 8,
Well done.
and you sort of found like a journal, essentially,
Yes.
right? I figure, how big is it? Because maybe I could
It's-
just read through it.
It's so the paper is only about like an A5, but it's a pretty thick book. It's pretty substantial. It's maybe about like 600 pages. You could like from a good guess, just like from how thick it
Jesus.
is. And as you open it, you look through it. You see this isn't a printed book. This hasn't been like you've been made on a printing press or like a primitive typewriter or anything. This is a handwritten journal. That again hasn't been written in an academic sense or even a like a commercial sense. It is somebody's journal. You don't know how it ended up here, but it talks about his daily life traveling across Mireon. Seems to be dated before. Let me just make sure. I don't want to be telling you lies. Lies.
So you're not lying.
Before the elves came?
I believe it's dated pre. I forgot the name of the age.
Before the war.
Before that war. That was it. God, that took me a while to remember.
We have the frost kiln right now.
Yes, it seems to be dated pre-Frost Kiln.
So in the war.
No, so before the war.
Because frost kiln was the end of the war.
Yeah, it seems to be like dated. I'm trying to find the exact date. It seems to be dated in you would have won elf actually. You would have won the elf
From Mama.
ages. So it seems to be dated in a way that you understand it, but it's like it seems kind of weird. It seems to be written by a human, and you or like a race other than an elf because it's referred to as the 1070th year of the Ebon Sands.
Which one are we in now?
We are currently, like, you guys are currently in the 15th year of the Frost Kiln.
It's been a hot second since the Ebon Sands, that's for sure.
So, about 18-ish years ago, actually. No, about
No, the
23 years ago, I believe.
The Ebon Sands was when the elves came.
Yes, the Ebon Sands is when was when the elves arrived.
Right.
And the Frost Kiln started at the end of the War of the Blazing Star.
And it's been
Okay,
15 years
interesting.
of that.
So
No.
maybe I don't read through the entire thing. Maybe I'll flip through. If there's any accounts that like are interesting, I will focus on that because that's how Val's brain works. But
Well, towards
other
the
than that,
beginning,
I'll
so
try
as
to
you-
rifle through.
as you're reading through, towards the beginning, it just says about like daily travels and a lot of the early stuff is about how the elves aren't making a good impression upon the other races. And it continues to go on and then starts talking about rising tensions. And then you find somewhat seems like privileged information that only somebody from high up in Citadel would know. War plans and movements of troops and such heading to different parts of Mireon. And then you get to a part that seems important. It starts ramping up and starts talking about not being able to sleep and time feeling strange, as if he's been awake for hours, or they've been awake for hours, but also like they've always been sleeping, and they feel refreshed and drained at the same time. And then it switches to, what language did you speak?
I speak Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elven.
And then you stop being able to understand it, and that is why you only rolled an 8. It's just two languages that you don't understand, and you just like it seems like a script that you don't really understand either. It doesn't seem to link to anything, and you like palm through it, and you just keep going until you find a part that you can understand again. And all that you find right towards the end on the last page, you see, well, the last written page, there's quite a bit of pages that haven't been written on yet, but the last page that's been run is just, the 7 will come. And in Elvish, actually. And then that's the end of the book.
Okay, once I've reached that, I'll quietly go over to Briar and nudge her.
Huh?
Sorry to
What's that?
interrupt you. Can you read this? And I point to the language that I didn't understand, like the start, where it starts.
The only language I have that Thal doesn't have is Infernal.
Okay, you also don't understand it.
No. It might be helpful if they have more languages than us. You know, like they come from not our background. Maybe they know. Could be
Secret
Orcish.
Call was just.
Is
I
it
tried you first
perhaps-
because you're smart.
Is there like a indicator of what language it could be in terms of like, is it like an Orcish script?
Not
or
for you,
a-
no.
No. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
Is it
That's okay,
in
thank you.
Sylvan, perchance?
It isn't in Sylvan, you can look at it, but it is in a language that shares a similar script to Sylvan,
But not Elven.
but not Elven.
Let's see. How many circles are in the circle symbol?
There's 7 within the circle. There's what I posted a picture of it, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
In art.
You may have.
There
Okay.
Yeah,
are
you did.
7 smaller circles within one larger circle.
There's fucking
All right.
mushroom
So
jerky.
7. Well, wait. Has Thal told us what it said yet?
No,
Because
I
maybe I
should
would've-
know.
Okay. Okay. So then we got that for the moment.
Husker,
What?
do you know what this is?
Do I know what this is?
What languages do you know?
Certainly not this one. Orin, Common, Druidic? According to my list, and Aarakocra.
The druids.
That probably not so well. Can they take a language from me? I don't think so.
No, you still have that. All that, don't worry.
Also, Orin is an elemental.
Yes, actually, you do understand parts of this. It seems to be written in a language that comprises as partly of Auran. You get slight snippets of dream, breeze,
Breeze.
sky,
Guy.
cold,
Oh.
blizzard. Like Auran really makes up all of the air-related words within the language, so you really only
Right.
understand those words. And then you get parts that like augment words together, like but part of it's Auran and part of it's another language within this like sort of collective language. That like augments, like you get like words that describe like an area that is filled with like a dust storm, but you only get the storm part of it and not the dust part of it and stuff. It's like reading like a language whilst having to skip over like 3/4 of the words in it. But you know that it is a language that is comprised of at least Auran and some other languages.
It's elemental. I can read the Orin parts.
Elemental.
I think so.
I look up at the librarian. Maybe I shouldn't.
Library.
Ask him.
Is there any elementals in here?
There's no reason not to ask him.
Not really.
What? What they do?
Okay.
Fine,
so-
That's
Yeah,
it,
yeah. You
banned from the
distract him.
library.
I'll.
See, here's the thing. Eileen, I don't even know if this book was supposed to be here. It was
Oh.
very well hidden. And also, look at the end here. I flip over to where it says in Elven, the 7 will come.
Maybe don't. Maybe we find another way to. Elemental, you say? Language?
Think so. I think so.
We could study elemental languages, right?
Oh.
You know
You want to learn a
Infernal?
language just to read a book?
You know Infernal?
I know Infernal.
Okay, so this is gonna be hard to describe. It's the script of this language is actually close to Abyssal, and Abyssal is kind of similar to Infernal. Like, it's like 3 degrees of separation. Again, you can't understand it at all. It's just something of note.
I passed that one.
To confirm if this perchance is not a library book, I want to look in the back of actual library books to see if there's a tag or a stamp or something that says whatever library, and then see if that also exists in the journal.
Yes, on the last page there tends to be just really a signature. Like, the same signature in most of the books. A few of them have slightly different ones, but they all seem to be the signature of the most likely the librarian who looks over the library. It does not have that.
I lean in and I say, I think we can be a book thief just one more time.
That's your book now, Thal. Put it in your pocket. Be cool.
It was never theirs to begin with.
Oh,
No problem with this.
finders keepers. Wow. Thal, unethical. I like it.
Okay, and Brian, what did you want to find and what did you roll?
Okay. I rolled a 22
Okay.
altogether. And, okay, so first set of books, I'm looking for just general stuff on the demons for the guard. Also, a way to possibly close the portal that he was talking about.
Okay. I'm going to say also, if everyone wants to roll another investigation, this is also going to be you helping Brian look for stuff, just because you guys would also be able to do that.
I enlist them. I just start handing things out. I'm like, you read that
Oh my God.
paragraph. And
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Page 15 looks interesting in that book. If you could just really quick.
So, for that specific thing, what did everyone roll?
15.
15?
Dirty
Investigation again,
20.
right?
Dirty 20? Nice.
Yeah, investigation again.
Yes.
4.
4.
And that's without the D4.
Roll the d4.
Oh,
Dear.
foul. Drinky coffee.
I rolled a 4. It's a 0.
Foul. You
This-
forget which page number I told him.
Luckily, this was a group. This is a group check. And so you hand Fal the book, and Fal like looks at it, but like doesn't actually look at it. He's like sort of looking past it, just looking at the table, and the book's actually upside down. He's just like zoned out, looking at the table, thinking of other things.
I don't have time to deal with that right now.
But eventually, someone takes that book and reads through it, and then puts like a different book in his hand, and basically, Fal is being used as a glorified book holder currently.
No.
I'm just lifting them.
Okay, so we'll go for the things. This is a group check, so this is what you've all found out together. So how to close the portal is what you're looking for right now.
Yeah, and like general information on the demons in case there's like a weakness or.
There isn't really the only general information you find about demons. That is a lot of them tend to be immune to fire, or at least resistant because
What
of
kind
their
stuff?
nature. But when you look specifically at how to close portals, you know that demons and devils tend to use more archaic forms of portals, not really like transportation circles and stuff like that. Like they're a lot more primitive in a way, and the ones that they tend to use require a few things, but the two main ones for maintaining the portal is a large font of magic to draw from, and something to focus them. The removal of either of these things will cause the portal to eventually collapse.
Okay, so we're talking like the equivalent of a fairy circle where you like kick a rock out of place and it'll break.
For the focus, yes.
Yeah.
For the font of magic, it will take a little while because there'll be a little bit left still in, I guess, in like the chamber in the engine. You know, like it'll need to run out of that first.
So we should focus on finding the focus.
You should focus the focus if you want to close it instantly.
Okay.
There's also, and that's just what you find. There's probably other ways as well that you're not quite sure of. Like, you imagine maybe a powerful dispel magic would dispel it as well, and such. Like, you know.
Those.
Okay, what next?
Okay, wait a second. Let me just finish writing that down.
Wait,
Next.
can I dispel magic anymore?
So I left the 7 to be studied by
Oh, that's
Gregor.
Okay.
Yes.
I left, or And
Well, it's just a
also
group check anyway, so it's just really
yeah.
what you want to hear about anyway, because your roles all came together and got divided up equally between every source.
I guess
That sucks. Thanks, Dal.
I guess a generic
Sort of
research of like the 4 other topics that everyone else covered. So like the 2 symbols, the 7
Okay.
and Elysia, in case there's anything that we can find as a group.
So something about the 7 is you found specifically about the bug that Thal had, from what you could tell, is there's been visions of 7 figures throughout history. Really, there's not really much more you can get from that without speaking the language.
Okay. There's no correlation between the types of people that have been getting visions.
There's not really, like, again, you can't really tell. The only journal that you found that really talks about them
Just
up to
the
now,
one
you
guy.
don't really know who owned it, apart from somebody within Citadel, most likely.
Do we know if they're male or female? Or
No,
if they have any
Not even that.
relationships?
They don't really mention anything like that.
Okay. Probably Citadel.
Like you don't really mention in your diary like, oh, it's so great being a dude.
No.
You
but
know, like
you know, you start questioning your sexuality and you're like, do I actually like guys? Is that allowed?
no, none of that, unfortunately.
What are you talking about?
There was a separate diary for questioning this man's
It's got a
sexuality.
sexuality book. Okay, cool.
The symbols with the circles, you have already discovered this, but you find them to be believed to be linked to the 7 layers of hell
Okay.
within this world. You already know that one. Ley lines.
That was more Thal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through this and so Thal, would you like everyone to know about ley lines or just you?
I think I'll ask. Do you guys actually want to fix that issue? Do you want to know about this, or?
I think it's always good to know about it, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if we need to perhaps mess with the ley lines here if the demons are out of control or something.
It also
We can't blast more ley lines.
it might be useful for
Be
if
black.
there's even if it's just like a way of noticing whether it's a ley line or a different kind of magic. I know we've done it
Right.
once, but they might be different in different places. You
Oh,
know?
I'm not
Yeah.
rolling those dice again. I'm not taking that chance.
Okay, so it seems that seemingly you guys do research ley lines, and you find out that ley lines are volatile magical energy that is never destroyed but only moved.
Ooh.
So,
Mhm.
from the limited amount of research about ley lines, which is very limited, you guys actually find out that the magical energy that made up the ley line was probably pushed to either side of where the ley line originated,
Makes
and
sense.
now those places are probably more volatile energy sources than this one was.
Makes sense why the fire was outside Citadel.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
Okay.
Oops.
Oops,
Can we
there
move
was
it
some
back?
cabin somewhere with like that
There's
Cinderella fairies. Yeah.
There's also a line that's within the book that is, the energy of a ley line is like a river. It takes the path of least resistance, and you guys, you can deduce from that, like, filled the river.
Didn't we?
So now it's probably trying to make its own. Over time, like, there's very little known, but you can deduce over time it'll probably try to repair itself.
You reckon we could empty it somehow? That probably means getting back in contact with your guys that filled it in the first place, right?
I don't want to do that.
That's fine. We can leave it. It'll fix itself eventually.
Perhaps.
They don't need magic.
Maybe.
They don't need it.
The town.
It wasn't-
Actually, though, there was a lot of bad stuff happening in the
Yeah.
town that was probably
Yeah.
magic related. So we
It
probably
wasn't doing them
helped.
any good.
Yeah.
We did a good thing.
And also, it's right in the middle of where everybody that's hostile with each other is. So there's like a sort of safe zone in the middle.
We
So
created a
it's
team
good.
militarized zone.
it's actually pretty good.
Man.
It's a fantasy DMC.
It's actually
Yeah.
pretty useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, you realize more than anything else that not much is really known about ley lines, surprisingly. They kind of had to research, being like all metaphysical and shit.
And also us not being in the magic capital of the world
Yeah.
probably doesn't help.
This next one is Dave's as well. So, Dave. Plagues. Do you
Yes,
wanna
this
research
one
those
came to
still?
myself.
Okay.
Should we deafen?
Yeah, sure.
Oh
Here we
shit!
go.
Hang on.
Yeah, stand by, stand by.
Stand by. I'm not ready.
I'm
And I will go
I'm
to
not
Tiffin.
ready.
Okay, bye.
I can't believe. Ah, fuck, wait, I'm slower than them. I'm sorry. I'm going
Oh,
as
no.
fast as I can. I'm going as fast
Dave,
as
roll me an intelligence check while she's doing that. Investigation, specifically. Oh my god, Iona just
Will do.
deafen.
I need to put music on because you're in the room with me.
Oh, good point.
I
good
can't
point,
just
good
deafen.
point. I'll speak quietly.
I'm gonna scream.
What'd you roll?
Okay.
3!
Bye.
3.
And wait. 0. A fucking 0.
Okay.
I learned nothing about plagues.
You start reading through these books on plagues and you don't really find anything. So you go up to the librarian and ask him for help. You would have to describe a few of the symptoms of the plague that you're looking to research. Is that okay?
I will. Yes.
Okay. You describe them and he thumbed through a few books. And you eventually find 3 plagues that sort of match the description. Again, you don't have much information on the plague, its origins or anything like that. You just kind of have a few symptoms. There is 3 diseases that could match it. They are rusted blood, bane worms, and death vapor.
Okay, and just to be clear, this is like Dad's plague.
These are, you describe the plague that your dad had. Or the disease
Wonderful.
that you think your dad had. I have a description of each of these if you want to hear it. You will have to write this down though, if you want to reference them.
One second, I'm writing down the names. Rusted blood, bane worms, and
Death vapor.
death vapor?
Yep.
Vapor.
Vapor.
Got it. Alright, please, hit me with the descriptions.
Okay. Rusted blood is a plague that affects a trace amounts of iron in the affected's blood, causing the body to reject its own blood. And in extreme cases, the disease can actually rust the iron in the area surrounding the affected party.
And rusted blood around it.
Yes,
in the body.
it's known to rust iron, just like an iron pot is known to rust whilst being around somebody who is infected with a bad case of rusted blood.
But that could also transfer to their blood, others' blood.
Yeah, it's a
That
disease,
spreads.
so technically. It tends to only actually be spread though through blood-to-blood contact.
Okay.
There was actually believed to be certain ancient civilizations that would purposely infect their own people with it before sending them into battle, so that it would wipe out when fighting happens, people's blood would touch during combat and infect the opposition as well.
The earliest bioweapon.
Exactly. Bane worms are an insect, specifically, that carry a disease known as Bannon's Bane.
Bannon's Bane?
Yep, Bannon, Bane.
Okay.
Which was named after the first person infected with it. It is a tapeworm-like insect that lives inside the host and slowly drains them of their vitality.
Okay.
And finally is death vapor, a disease that causes your lungs to actually convert the water vapor in the air into poison within the lungs, and it actually affects green dragonborn more than any other race because it bypasses their natural resistance to poison and creates a kind of super poison, which some people have actually tried to harvest for use against other people.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, is there a visual description for this death vapor? Because that sounds like the most likely one.
No, actually, because it isn't. It's kind of like odorless and colorless. It's just like it's like a gas, and it all tends to happen inside of the lungs. Like water vapor goes in, the death vapor is actually like a bacteria that lives inside the lungs that lives like within the esophagus, kind of like right on the edge where the air pipe leads into your lungs, and it kind of grabs all of the water vapor before it enters the lungs, turns it into poison, and then spits it out into the lungs directly.
But his house was like filled with decay.
Yes, including the armor and like the wood and stuff. That's why rusted blood is suspected. There's not one disease that would explain all of them, from what you can find right now.
Okay, maybe a combination. Maybe it's death vapor. Maybe it's some super disease. Combined of all three,
Perhaps.
or something else. Anyway, thank you.
No problem. We good?
Yes.
I don't think Songbird saw.
Oh,
No.
Hello,
Hello.
Okay.
You would have seen Thal get up and go to the librarian.
Okay.
He pulled out a book
Okay.
on diseases, looked down at it, read through, closed the book, stood up, and went to the librarian
Oh,
with a
okay.
huff.
Needs help.
In other words, I roll a 0. Again.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Next thing on my list is Nell.
yes.
Iona, would you like that to be private?
This one isn't private because I don't know who the heck that
Okay,
is.
so I need to check though, you're specifically the person reading the book.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me
As
a
opposed to
investigation check.
Okay.
Nell?
Now,
Now.
yes. Was brought up in the session that you were not here for.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what happened to that giant man? Who is it?
he's gone. He's dead. He's done for.
Wicked dead.
20.
20. Okay. Now, from what you're reading, you actually find this information in a history book of Citadel. Nell refers to a person, actually a string of people. A lot of the time, the female child of the royal family is named Nell,
Okay.
after their predecessor, following down. From what you can tell, Nell is the daughter of the king and queen, whom the queen is believed to have tortured to fuel the queen's newfound powers, and then blamed upon a different country's kidnapping her.
Jesus
So-
Christ.
So, is this one
Whoa.
theory?
This
or is
is-
this like spread over
This is
several...
the theory that you find, is what I'm going to say.
Okay, okay. Then blamed it on
The elves,
the
specifically.
elves.
Fucking elves.
Fucking elves.
Fucking elves.
Fucking elves.
And the elves, I assume, were too proud to be like...
Oh no, the elves was like, no, it wasn't us, but
We didn't
the
do
king-
that.
the king didn't really care at that point.
Okay.
Because, like, who's he going to believe, his wife or a rebel country that says that they didn't kill his daughter?
Fair.
Fair, I guess.
To
Hmm.
fuel her power. Well, that explains her new magic. Okay.
Does it? Is that how
Assuming
magic
the theory
works?
is correct.
If that theory is correct, yeah. Like she sapped
Well,
it from someone else.
Yeah,
Everyone,
just
by the
do
way,
that.
everyone else can research this if you'd like. This isn't like, if
This
anyone
book
wants to
isn't
look
hidden
more
also.
into it, this is just what she found.
Suck the magic out of somebody else. Like,
More or less,
Or
like...
she was sacrificed.
Or she was sacrificed.
oh, kind of a warlock thing going on?
Unless I...
Yeah, maybe.
Unless I'm not... Unless I say I'm hiding anything, by the way, I'm saying the things I learned, like, out loud to the group.
So you say all that out
Oh,
loud.
yeah.
shit, alright.
Just, like, as a note, so that people know, like, what I'm talking
I'm
about.
listening. Coffee. How do I drink coffee? I think I put my beak into the cup.
Yeah.
You have a little straw.
So,
I have a
How do
straw
you-
with me at all.
Metal one, though, save the penguins.
Yeah, of course.
But I can't. How can you use it? Can you use a straw if you don't have lips?
Yeah, you still put
I
it
guess
between.
not, actually, no. It'd be harder, at least.
You need a suction. You
Can
can
Yeah.
create a
suck?
suction.
do you
Can
create
birds
like
suck?
a snorkel attachment for
Yeah.
Don't birds suck with, like, their tongue? Like, don't they push it against their beak and suck that way?
How do birds drink? Please continue.
How do birds suck?
But
How do birds suck?
is that you done researching now?
Yeah, I feel like that one I can come back to. It's not too important, and that's a fair bit of information for now. May search like stuff about the Queen at some point later on.
No
but-
problem. Next magic tomes, we've done that. Evan Court. Known as a sort of secret society, they're believed to be a great power lying in wait to enact their will. Some people see it as a fabled coming of peace, some as a damning age of oppression, but people mostly just think it's a myth. There isn't much proof besides this, the sight of symbols rumored to have been placed just by children to scare people. That's all that you found on the Evan Court. That's mostly what Gregor found, but
I just found other books that also said the same thing.
and curses, you find a generic book of curses, kind of thing. Like not instructions on how to place them, but more just descriptions of them. It would help you in the future if you take it to identify curses, but you don't really find much information on any specifics.
I won't take it, but I will memorize. I have a photographic memory.
For how long?
Whatever.
You're lucky.
I don't think it's forever.
It is.
Is that your asset?
It's an asset, yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Sure.
I
Memorize the book.
Basically, if I try to recall something, I can add a D8 to it, but it says that I have a perfect photographic memory.
Ah, okay. I'll bear
I
that in
can
mind.
perfectly recall anything I've seen, read, or studied.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, just in case we come across any curses in the future.
I would like to reiterate once finally that anything that you guys have heard can be researched by other people to fact check.
Yes. So, like,
Okay.
other people's books, we can then be like,
Yes.
hey, I want to.
Like for example, somebody could go look at how to try to research once more how to close the portal, just in case Brian read it wrong, or read a fiction book.
Briar read it wrong. She can fact check us, but I don't think.
I feel like I would trust Briar to have read. I don't know if I would have had any reason to go and fact
Let's go
check
kill the
anything
queen.
that she-
Do you have
Nice.
did Husker pass on the information about the emerald, or did he just read it, close the book,
I
and
think he just read it, closed the book, and
resign
went back.
himself to that?
Yeah, I became so annoyed by the idea of replicating that, I just shut it,
Okay.
and I just wrote it off in my mind. We're
But
stealing
we don't
it.
know that yet.
You can ask.
Cool.
But...
Would you like to include us in the plan?
No,
Because that would be
it's-
really cool and nice of you.
That's fine. I have a couple things that I want to research, but I guess it doesn't need to be right now.
What?
Like, I want to delve deeper into the secret society stuff and see if there's any.
Yeah, so stuff like that you would need to find other places to research it. You've researched pretty much all the information you've been given today is about the amount that you get from the library. You'd have to go find other sources of information, such as people or bookstores or other places.
Is there any language books in here?
Yeah, there's like very minor language identification books.
I mean, like, learn a language books.
Sure, they're kind of
Like French for Dummies, but
It's a Rosetta
not
Stone.
really. Like that isn't really the library. That would be somewhere else.
just wondered if maybe we could try and cross-reference with, like, an elemental language book.
I mean,
or
I did say
something.
there was language identification books,
Yeah.
and you were like, nah, we don't want one of those.
But I don't want to identify it, I want to speak it. That's what I want. I guess
Well, you
that,
gotta identify to know what to speak.
I guess that's probably a
yours.
good step.
I don't want to identify. I just want to know every language.
I do. I just want to take a feet next level up and just know them.
Eyes of the Runekeeper has never been so attractive.
Or linguist.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll go see if I can figure out what.
Oh, am I
language that
bugging?
is.
Oh, I'm a dumb shit idiot. I have eyes of the rookie.
Okay, so you can understand the language.
Okay, well, I go off to
I'm
find a book.
So sorry.
I was considering asking you if you didn't pick that, but
I have eyes of the rookie.
I wander off. while
Okay,
that
you wander
happens.
to find it.
I'm so new to this warlock thing. I have to
I-
like. Oh,
I mean,
Slam my hands
you
over.
still wouldn't know what language
I thought
it
you
was.
just so.
but I can read it.
But
We're
you
just
can
being
read it.
uncooperative.
I like the idea that the serpents just go, hey yo, and then turn his eyes on for him. They're like,
Pretty much.
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Pretty much,
Hey,
you
idiot.
sit there thinking back
Pretty good.
to the Orin, and you're like, God, I feel like I could understand the rest of it if I just tried a bit harder. So you like request the book, and you look again, and you think, come on, it's right there. And then everyone at the table still sees Husker's eyes go black for a moment, and then recede into alternately mirrored colors of the colors that they were before. These slit eyes, but they've changed places now, and they glow slightly. Husker, as you're looking down at the page, you see the symbols, the words or letters that you don't understand change and move and place in different ways into a pattern that you can understand.
Bullshit, reverse dyslexia.
You read through the story about a guy who he was seemingly high rank in the military. He spent quite a bit of time training troops getting ready to move against Avantgarde. And one night before a big battle, he fell asleep as normal, but he woke up in a world of dust and storms and decimation. He sees the walls around him, the walls of Citadel crumbling to dust. The whole world seems to be covered in a blanket of sand and a desert scape. And in the middle of the continent is a mountain with 7 peaks. As he's looking up at these peaks, a large hand grasps over each side of the main mountain, large fingernails digging into the stone, and a head pulls over, a head of pure shadow, smoke slowly drifting off of it, and as it pulls through the cloud cover, it seems to be a tortured soul, is the way he describes it. It seems to be a face of pure agony. And then in a split second, it seems to be a face of great triumph. And it seems to flash for emotions constantly. And the hand releases from the mountain and drifts down towards him. As it gets closer and closer, it gets bigger and bigger, and he truly feels the scale. This hand is bigger than Citadel itself. And it reaches down and consumes the sky around him, consumes Citadel, blocks out the sun, and everything goes dark. And he wakes up in his bed in Citadel. But he can't move anymore. This once great warrior is now resigned to his bed. And shortly later passes. The last thing he writes 3 days after that dream is, the 7 will come.
I pushed it back. It's just some guy's dream journal. False alarm.
Alright. Was it a good dream?
I'll tell him the dream.
Okay, you all get that?
Can I come back with a book?
You arrive as he's telling this dream.
Okay, thank you.
Damn.
You identified the language as primordial, by the way.
It's primordial. If that helps at all. What happened? Did you read it? What
Oh,
did
yeah.
Yeah. Got these crazy new eyes.
I just like blink a couple times looking at his eyes and then distract myself. I'm like, anyway,
As you blink a few times looking in his eyes, he blinks once or twice and they recede back to the way they were before. They flip sides.
Which is
and-
still
Still weird.
not bird.
yeah.
No, not bird. Still reptilian and hemochromia? Chromia? What's the
Heterochromia.
heterochromia. But the opposite way around as they were when you just saw them. And they no longer glow.
The king?
Hmm?
Right? Or is that, am I making a really weird jump there? I know it says he's dead, but bear with me for a second, okay?
He did die.
Alright.
Listen up, okay? I have a theory. The queen, I look around to see how many people are in this building with us.
Not many, but you might want to speak a bit quietly.
The queen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stage whisper from now on.
Stage
The
whispering.
queen, right? If this is true and she did maybe sacrifice her daughter for immense power, what's to say she didn't also sacrifice her husband for immense power and then bring him back from the dead to do her bidding?
That's.
He
So
did seem
pretty.
kind of creepy.
I mean, he seemed a little out of it. I thought he might have been drunk. That's a lot of magic.
Yeah,
Like,
but
a lot of magic.
she had a building in which we couldn't do anything, including divine magic, right? And
suppose
she
it's-
could still cast silence on us because we were talking too much. Like, I know that that's
It's
like an
possible.
enchantment on stuff, like that's just how you can just make buildings like that, but it takes a lot of magic to be able to, like, do that sort of thing.
Wait, but why could V then cast magic in there?
Look, V's something else entirely. V's
Nepotism.
also suspicious.
Nepotism.
V's got another whole thing that I don't trust entirely, but not
Trust anyone,
not in
Brian.
like a mean way. Like V seems nice. Just I think there's more to V than they've told us.
Most
you
likely.
know? But the queen, I don't think she seems nice. I really don't like her. I really
Agreed.
feel like she brought her husband back so that she can look like the king and queen are still happy together. But she took power over the city. She has magic just suddenly out of nowhere. Her kid's gone missing. This book says that she might have sacrificed her or like at least tortured her a whole bunch. Right? So what's to say she doesn't do the same thing to her husband?
All right.
You know what?
How do we check this then?
I can't.
Do you-
It is-
You want to go ask her?
Can you check it?
No. We. Okay, so divine stuff is blocked in there, but I have an ability that lets me just sense the presence of fiends, undead people, or things, creatures, and celestials.
So if the magic
So
can get
if we
through.
lure him out,
Oh, if we can get him out?
yes.
Oh, because you can't do it in the walls because
How do we
That's
lure
what I
the king?
think.
Unless we make a big
I don't know.
show like the demons want to talk to the king specifically, and so he has to come down while we're fighting. Maybe would that work?
Can we get him out with the shield?
Maybe you could run in, show the shield, and then run back out, and he probably. But I feel like he'd chase you with guards rather than
Chase
him.
you?
Yes.
He's chasing a butterfly? No.
they
It
would
would work.
send
You would also
someone.
go to jail.
Yeah, big time,
Wait.
big jail, big jail.
Okay, this is a stupid idea, but I wanted to say it anyway. What if I show the shield, you can have it back if you can take it off me, and then you go to take it off me, and then I just lift him up and run out.
Perfect. That's such a good
Okay.
idea.
Okay, Thal, what would you like written on your headstone?
Yeah, really. Let's just get her going.
Man does have an
I'd
arm
prefer
blade.
to
Next to kin, etc.
Died for the greater good.
Not the greater good. Not the greater good.
But I think
If we can expose a queen, that's the greater good, if you ask me.
I'm sure that we could
But
convince
I'm
them
not doing that.
they want to talk to the demons are here for the king.
Do they don't make any public appearances, right? There's no
City
I don't think
stunts?
so. I haven't really been here much.
Photo ops?
Probably not not during a demon invasion. Probably not. No.
right.
This is when the people need their leaders.
Why don't
Well, we can get them out. Well, we'd have to solve the demon problem first because they wouldn't be coming outside the castle walls until at least that is done,
I think so.
or at least
But the demons
If
are the
it's-
perfect way to get him outside. I feel like if
So-
we get rid of the demons, then he only has more reason to stay inside. Whereas if we do like we figured out how to close the portal, but we need the king there to banish them,
okay.
This is a
right?
high
'Cause
risk,
Do we?
high
But she
risk,
knows-
low reward play.
she knows about magic. He doesn't. Hopefully.
Wait, okay, but before all of this, maybe we can test if it will actually work in there.
Mm-hmm. Sure. We can go to the
I don't know how
castle.
we get in there.
Well, we have just the ability to go up there. I mean, there's no.
Oh yeah, we just have to let her.
They might not want to talk to us, but we have the ability to get to the castle anyway. And if
Yeah,
we're
so
like
long as
it's
I'm in there, I can cast it and experiment.
urgent, yeah. You could experiment on like a guard or something instead. See if it even goes through.
Yeah,
Yes, maybe we
I'll be
do
able to
that
feel it
before.
works.
I like that idea.
So on the way back over to Beggar's Walk, we'll just stop by the castle real quick, test it
Just
out.
real quick. Just real cash.
Because also, what if, right, this is an extra step of conspiracy, and I totally get it if you guys don't agree with me here. They made the king take Traz into like a separate room, right?
Yeah.
Without the queen. So what if they made like a replica of Traz, and the real Traz is like locked in the castle?
Are we
Or
doing
something.
clone theory now?
don't
We're
think
doing
so.
Well,
clones?
look, that
Clone
exists.
conspiracy?
If you're
Are
a
you
high
gonna-
level magic caster, things like simulacrums and
They
stuff.
do.
You said that it might be possible, but that seems like a stretch.
Yes,
Eh,
I
But
take out my metronome and start clicking it.
Don't do that. There are people studying in here, and I turned it off.
is it a stretch though? Hear me out. Is it a stretch?
Yes.
If,
Yes.
Well, because Traz is like the leader, right, of
Yes.
Saul. Is it not only beneficial to them for them to have control over him?
If
Right?
if Traz was even the least bit aware that that was a possibility, he wouldn't have gone there
But he.
in the first place.
But why would he have known that? he- He hasn't really had access to any information about this part of the world because he's been on Saul, and he's been traveling around trying to get people to like him. I don't think he's had time to research whether the queen's an evil bitch.
Damn, Briar.
Somebody walking past like looks over at you and like
Yo,
and turns away and keeps walking.
She might
the
be.
nickname for a friend of ours. Don't worry about it.
I'm just saying.
That's what we call her mother.
I thought you were deaf.
I didn't say that to nobody.
I know.
I'm just saying, like, it would be a really smart. So, the dream. If that is a symbolization of the queen's power, right? And how she wants to destroy everything so she can rule it. Okay? It would make sense that she would take control of the leaders of all the other places so that she can do that. Also, how many places are there in the world that have a leader? Is it 7 maybe?
Is that so? I
Could be.
haven't
Alright,
counted in a while.
Let me think.
Unless you count like smaller towns like Tradite, but I don't think they have a leader. I think their leader is like the crown.
You could be
We have a-
right,
we
but
had a mirror.
what's actionable here, right? These are all theories. I don't know that we could necessarily do anything with them
No,
at the
I'm
moment.
probably not. I'm just spouting
But there-
theories.
We can
my God,
check
you're
the
right.
king thing. We could check to see if, you know, we can do that part, but
It's just I'm just talking about it as like maybe we should think about that in the future. Not right now. We can't do any. We can do the whole checking if she's evil and if he's dead thing, right?
Yeah.
Somehow, but the rest of it's just kind of like hypotheticals that could be. I just think also the hands. Are those also the hands that like came outside Tradite like hundreds of years ago?
Oh my god, that's some obscure fucking knowledge. 1 second.
There's like this. It's not a statue, but it's kind of like a statue.
Yeah,
Like two
so only
stone
people from
hands.
Trinity would really know about it, so you would also
My
know,
God.
Dave. I told you like right at the beginning of the campaign.
I remember.
I'm pulling out my lore
you, bud?
here.
129 years after the elves arrived and started the age of the Evan Sands, two large stone hands just rose out of the ground.
And they're
Fuck.
just there.
oh,
Also, oh my god, I had so much coffee. Wait,
Right.
what?
There's one cup.
Down a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
Gregor's like slowly hitting his forehead on the desk, on the table.
So the elves came, and people don't like the elves. The queen doesn't look the same as she used to. Elves inherently have magic. I'm just putting it out there as another thing. Maybe someone took the place of the queen. I can change how I look, and I only did that from like very small amounts of studying. So that's all.
You're not
I don't-
wrong.
I don't want to discredit anything you said, but what is in this coffee?
I just haven't had coffee before.
I take out a sharpening stone and I'm just like sharpening my axe.
I'm playing with the toy. I'm running around.
Okay, I'll stop. But I'm just saying, we should kill her.
We should kill it.
That's all.
Fire! Shut up!
You cannot say that. What is-
Planning
Let's just do
regicide in the local library.
Just casually.
Oh my god.
Hypothetically, how would one go about
No.
killing the queen?
Oh
Oh.
Okay.
gosh, no! I hate
Okay,
this
okay.
spider on the table. We need to kill her and I smack the table.
I just smack her? I just smack her like that?
No, Briar, I just killed the spider that you were talking about, so it is solved. We just killed a spider. We just killed a spider.
I just
Yeah, Gregor here hates spiders, so we call her the queen of evil bitch. Or
Yes.
something like that.
That is
People are starting to look over at you now and very much pay attention to your conversation.
Nerd. Shut up. Both of you.
Should leave.
we're done.
I think we're done.
We're done here.
We're
I
done.
don't want to sit in a library with spiders.
Are there books on totally different topic?
We're done?
The bird in the dream that we had?
The rock?
The big red bird. Did we ever? Is it? I start looking for a book on big birds.
You find a book on Sesame Street.
What the heck is this?
It's
This
a public
shouldn't
show.
be here.
Puppets. Boring. I want a bigger bird.
This needs to be bigger.
Eventually, yeah, eventually you find books on birds, like actual birds. There's like a bird watching book.
No.
You don't find the bird that you're looking for in there. You eventually find like legends, like mythology. You find a bit of information on large birds such as the rock, abyssal. Then there's like abyssal and celestial versions of each, and so on and so forth.
Abyssal rock. Is the queen of
Found
the
it.
bird.
I found out how they drink, by the way. They fill their beak with liquid, and then they have to tip their head back and let gravity bring water down. They
You
don't
do
have the
shots.
muscles to swallow. They have to tip.
I
So
love
every
the
time
Oscar
Oscar
just
takes-
doing shots.
Yeah, puts his whole beak inside the cup of coffee,
Look.
and then.
I think we need to get you a bib.
I'm fine. I've been doing this my whole life.
I guess you're right.
It was down your feathers.
Birds.
Shut up.
Birds.
I'm
She
dead.
nearly looked.
I'm dead. I start looking for more books. As
Oh,
a side
wow.
note, I have a detriment that means it will be harder to get me out of the library.
And as if you're
Okay.
waiting for her to want to leave,
It's not gonna
you'll
happen.
be able to
Right,
be here.
right.
Yeah. it's-
Okay.
I stand up
Should-
and I say, I will be outside. when you
She
guys are
like she
ready."
she puts on her books on birds and then runs over and starts picking up books on undead.
Okay, yeah, I'm going outside
No.
to smoke. Trigger.
All right. Hey,
I'll-
Brian,
I'll
it's time to go.
I'll stay for a little bit. Briar, we gotta go.
But Brian, you just found out about whites, and they're cool because they have resistance to cold damage. Oh my god, cold! You need to research ways of staying warm in Seoul.
In 5 minutes, I am picking you up and I'm carrying you out of this library. You can stop me.
Catch me. I start running, looking for
Me
books on
first.
whites.
Now you're looking for books that would make you faster.
Oh,
Yeah, paste books.
I go up to Briar and I pick her up.
Lift.
Both roll contested grapple check.
That's
Dave,
acrobatics, right?
yeah, you can do acrobatics or athletics. Dave has to do athletics.
Ooh,
24.
that's the one.
I also have to roll a d8 that I would lose on that. So
Okay, so you can't win.
a 3.
She
Yeah, I
starts
guess
running.
it's 24.
She starts running, and you just like sort of like turn around. You, like she runs away from you, but she runs like down the longest part of the stacks, and then runs back down the other side. You just quickly do a quick turn around onto the side that she's running down. She runs right into you,
No.
and then you just grab her and pick her up.
Wait.
I turn to the librarian. Sorry, will you put these books back? Because I don't trust her.
You see a pile of 40 books, and this old man,
So sorry.
he just does one single
No, you
nod.
know what? Are you sure? Because I can put her out and come help you.
He waves his hand and says a few arcane words, and the books start levitating and flying back to the shelves. You grab one. I'll say you can grab one. You can grab one book. Which one is it?
Let's grab the one on the queen torturing the child.
Okay. History of Citadel.
Yeah. I wanna
You
see-
just let that book exist in the library? It's like flagrant conspiracy theories.
Real quick,
Completely
I want to say
perfect
that I
for her.
pocketed the journal.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Naturally. Good.
Like as I'm getting dragged out, I'm gonna hope that he doesn't notice I still have a book on me. I'm gonna be like, "Thank you so much. I really love this place. I'll be back. Don't you worry. I'll be back." As I'm like still getting dragged outside.
There's a
Librarian, we
second.
can go back another time.
Then I take out my book and keep reading it to see if there's anything I missed. I do like the Beauty and the Beast thing where I'm like walking behind them, but I'm really not paying attention.
They stop at the gate and you bump into the back of Fowl. So you guys are going to the castle ward this time?
I'm gonna do some experimenting.
Alright. This is
Okay.
gonna go well.
Just
You
as
guys-
yeah, can we get into like just where we need to get into and then test it out there, or is it
No, so the magic blocking is within the castle, not within the castle ward.
okay?
But it does.
Got it.
But we don't need to go all the way to the queen.
No, you can stay in the entrance area.
Okay.
We can test it on a
That
guard
is-
or something instead.
Okay,
Right.
so you guys head through Castle's Rise. Luckily, that's actually so normally you have to go through Rest and then Rise, but you guys are walking directly into Rise, so you don't really have to. You don't walk directly into the castle ward using your lair, allowing you to enter. And you start heading towards the castle.
Foul?
What's everyone's passive
Yes.
perception very quickly? Sorry.
My perception?
Perception?
13.
15.
13, 15,
17.
17,
12.
12. Okay. I'm going to say only Husker notices then because you're about to ask Foul something, so you're a bit distracted. Husker, you notice something familiar. As you're walking in, you see a very black horse that's been tied up against, like, what are they called?
My theory.
I can't think of what they're called. Basically, a place where you tie up horses.
A post.
Yeah, a hitching post.
A hitching post, that's it.
Isn't that... I may have lost some of my integration with nature, but I think that's Trez's horse.
Oh. Oh, it
Isn't
is?
My question can wait. Look over to the horse.
It is most definitely a horse that hails from the north, probably close to Seoul. It's one of the ones that the people from Seoul were riding. Doesn't mean it's the exact same one though.
I learned their names.
Did you?
I'm gonna go
The
talk to
horses'
the horse.
names?
Yes. I'm
Do
gonna
you
go ask the horse. I'm not gonna I can't talk to it properly.
Ask the horse.
But I'm gonna say
Ask
all the
the
horse
horse.
names and see which ones it responds to.
Horses don't respond to their names. Very cute, though.
I'm gonna see if
good
it does.
idea.
You know I can. Alright.
I go over and I'm like, Alice? No? Charlie? Maybe? Could be?
It doesn't respond.
You?
A horse. It's not gonna perk up like a dog.
I'm still doing it anyway.
Oh god.
I'm gonna cast speak with animals and go over there.
To be fair, also these horses are very intelligent. You guys learned that. Probably still not intelligent enough to respond to their own name, but just a piece of note. They are very intelligent, more intelligent than your average horse.
I'm gonna place my bets on it being you. Ask.
Of course.
Alright. I speak with animals, and I ask it, hey, who'd you come here with?
It's sort of as you say that, it's sort of brushes off its mane a little bit, turns. And doesn't respond to you.
Ooh. Get shit on.
Sorry, have we done something wrong? Just thought we recognized you.
I think the horse also praises Onir. If I were to guess, and
Fucking
is
of course.
offended by your religious iconography.
You know that's the reason now. Yeah.
That's exactly the reason.
It sort of turns to you again, looks you up and down, and turns back to look at the wall.
Mm-hmm. Get
What's
out
it
your
for us?
Onir pendant. Get out your Onir pendant.
I'm like squatting and studying the horse's face.
Come on.
I just look side to side, make sure no one is seeing me. I just slowly pull out the necklace. I believe it was a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
You like Onir horse? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The horse takes a quick look at you, looks back at the wall. Do you carry for faith?
Lie. Lie to the horse. Lie to the horse right now.
Can you lie to the horse?
Is this divine perjury or something if I say yes?
You will be struck down instantly.
What are your tenets? Do you have any
We're all breaking faith.
complications against this? There's a lot of things here.
Do it. Lie to the horse.
I have prejudice against Onir people.
Yeah, that's fucked up. You need to resolve that.
Are your do your tenets say anything about like praising the name of your god and stuff like that?
I don't believe so.
Okay, Dave. We don't.
But also,
need
my
to know.
tenets.
We don't sacrifice your faith to find out whose horse this is.
Before you can
This
even
is important.
before you can even respond to him, he looks you up and down again and goes, "You carry the symbol, but we're one of another."
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That was a bad move. I put it back.
While he's talking, I'm studying the horse's face. Like, I rode on Traz's horse when we went to Sol.
Yes.
It's a long shot. You don't really study the
They do
horse
look
you
different.
ride.
No, they do look different.
Dude,
and
photographic memory of the
you
horse.
do have a photographic memory, and that doesn't really relate to anything in particular. You saw it, and therefore you remember it. This is Charlie, Traz's horse.
Okay.
I knew it.
I'm still gonna let.
Which you distinctly remember being a female. Not that you heard its voice, just something of note.
Fair enough. I still think it's female.
I mean, it is. Just has a deep voice.
I'm
Horses
like-
This
as
is what a
well.
horse sounds
Yeah.
like. Yeah. Long neck.
I'm
Don't
still
worry
gonna
about
let Thal discover this himself, since he has the whole purpose.
You asshole.
Oh,
Yeah, note to self: don't pull out symbols you don't believe in. I'm sorry. We're curious. We don't have to answer that. We'll find out.
Here's an apple.
how's it going?
Would you get an apple?
I didn't. I was just. I don't have an
Oh, sorry.
I just leaned down to bro. Bad.
I know which horse it
Go
is,
back.
by the way.
What?
It's okay. I mean, are you having?
No, it won't answer. It won't answer me. And I made a very bad move, so please take over. Who is it?
It's Charlie, but also don't call it it. You know, like she or he, they. You know, it's a bit kind of. If it can talk to you, it's kind of rude.
Dehumanizing.
You
It
just
is a
called it
horse, but it's. No, I mean, I'm using your words. It's fine. Anyway,
The horse once again looks up at you, Fal. You being the only one to like you. Everyone else just has like very aggressive neighing. Fal, you hear. Leave me. You, a man who takes his faith so flagrantly.
Yeah.
One who does not believe fully in his own god is worse than the muck between my hooves.
I believe fully in my own god. Thank you very much.
Dissonant whisper.
Fight, 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 fight.
I'm not fighting horse.
Fight the horse.
Oh my god.
Fist fight
It like
horse.
sputters
I'm-
again and like leans over into you, knocking you slightly with like its back, with like its butt.
Hey. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Genuine question. Do you also follow Onu? Regardless, I'm sorry.
I follow my
Should I show
master.
disrespect?
Yeah.
So yes,
No. I believe in
that's my
Traz
proxy.
as he believes in Ona.
Hmm.
Interesting. So, you were here with Trass.
Do you not know the stories of how we are raised?
The horse.
I don't.
Traz and I have been together since we were both new to this world.
Huh.
Sweet.
So you were raised together? In a sense?
He is my partner. He is my being. We are not distinct, we are one.
Fascinating. I admire that bond of yours.
Again,
And
he just looks at the wall
Once again,
and shakes its mane.
I'll apologize once again. Should not have done that. Sorry for bothering you. Have a nice day. And I'll turn away from it.
It does not respond.
As he turns away, I head over to, like, keep step with him as we walk back over. I'm like, so, if the guard isn't undead, or whatever, which is unlikely, will the spell tell us that he is not that? Or will it, like, the thing that you're gonna do? Because then surely we need someone that fits that criteria to test it on.
Oh, don't worry. I partially fit that criteria.
Yeah.
So I can tell if it works or not.
So you'll know that he's not a thing as well?
Yes.
Okay. Just worried that we needed to go find a zombie real quick.
Oh, no. And I hold up my arm. This'll work.
Oh. Makes sense.
Shows up as fiend.
Not concerning at all.
No.
Totally fine.
Alright, so
Just a benefit in this case.
How are we getting in? Gregor, you talked last time.
right. Yes. Okay, yes. Like, who has the letter from the Queen?
I don't know.
I had a hold of it, but you originally had it, so you can have it back.
Okay, so I
And
probably
hand
have it.
over
I
to
checked.
him.
Okay, I have it. So we just need to get just on the other side of that wall there to test it.
That is inside the building.
Inside the building. Let me think.
Crawling through a window.
Right, well.
Do you
alright,
think
let's
we
go.
could say that we came here to escort Trash or something? Or to accompany him?
Or we're looking for him.
Yeah.
The
Or that.
minimum.
Right. Okay, well, let's go. So I go to the gate, I guess the entrance.
Yeah, you just go to like the large doors, and upon like approach, you see the guards, like in the Queen's Guard uniform. But you also see a very familiar face of the steward that you saw last time you were here. And he sort of looks around and goes, "Oh, greetings. What is your business today?"
We're just looking for Traz. We just want to take a look-see right on the, right in there. If we can just go in, we won't be but don't know, 5 minutes.
Yes, Traz, or the Dragonborn, yes?
Yes.
He is currently within the chamber of the King and the Queen. You may accompany
Okay.
him there, but because of certain precautions we are taking, you may not wait within, so you can either wait out here for him to return, or you can head into the hall with him.
All or nothing,
Interesting.
huh?
So can't we just go in and just do like a quick, I don't know, just a quick input lap here, just to see if we get an eye?
Unfortunately not. Due to the demon attacks, we are limiting movement within the castle.
I see. Well, funny you mention that because we are about to go handle that situation. But are you sure that we just can't go in really quickly? And I hold up the letter like it's a VIP pass. You see, we have this.
Man's trying to break his way.
He like takes his glasses and like leans down and goes, yes, this letter entitles you to free movement between the gates. Unfortunately, it does not entitle you to free movement throughout the castle.
Okay, what if you escort us like 3 feet from where you're standing, and we just do a quick lap so we can see if we can actually see Taz, and then we'll come back out.
Can I like put my hand on Gregor's chest and be like, it's okay. Look, it's really embarrassing. It's just I lost a ring the last time I was here. When I passed out in the hallway, and I really wanted it back, but it felt really awkward to just ask to come into the castle to get a ring. So, you can be with us. Can I just go check if it's still there?
Good play.
You roll me
She's
persuasion.
been crying a lot.
Very good.
It would mean so much to get this back. Can I aid her with that?
Can I get
You can advantage.
Thank you.
Got you.
20.
Uh,
Not natural, but 20.
When were you last here?
Like a few weeks ago. It's probably moved, but I just really liked it. My
He pulls
girlfriend
up.
got it for me.
He pulls out a small note and writes down. He goes, "Yes, I'm sure it's very, very sad. I'm sure." And like rips off the piece of paper and hands it to a guard. You may wait here.
No, what? Are you bringing someone to help?
Well, we have cleaners who clean the entire castle every day. If it has been lost, they would have found it, and if they haven't found it,
Then can we go in?
then either you hadn't lost it or they'd stolen it, in which they would need to be punished.
No, I promise it'll take a second. I promise.
you would deny this person a chance just to find their ring? It will take 2 seconds of your day.
It's very important.
Hey,
Would
Crack it
you
up.
would you
I
deny
will lean
your?
down to Briar.
He looks
Go ahead.
at Greg and goes, "Would you deny your?" He like looks over you. Are you wearing any like regalia of your clan, like or anything like that?
Ooh.
Shit.
Am I? Yeah. Yeah. My axe has a symbol of. The symbol was, but yeah, there's a symbol of where I come from on my axe.
And then he, being a learned man, he looks at it and he goes, "Would you deny orders of your chief?" And then he looks at Fang and goes, "Would you deny orders of your god? Of your high priest?
I would never.
I please hope that you respect that I do the same. This is not just my job. This is also the people that I've worked with. I've become part of their family throughout my life. Unfortunately, I cannot throw that away for a ring. I'm sure we will find it, and I will return it upon you post haste."
But
All right. Well, you've caused great sadness today.
I am truly apologetic for
Don't do
that.
that.
I don't think you are, sir.
You caused a great sadness today.
Yeah, great sadness.
Bro.
befallen us.
This man is having to deal with people seeking refuge from their families being butchered
I
alive
just want
and
my ring.
their houses being burned down, and you're like, my ring! Man is dealing with bigger issues than your ring right
My
now.
girlfriend got
my
it for
God.
me.
I thought it was such a good play.
It really was a good
Okay.
play in any other situation. It would have probably
Yeah,
worked.
totally.
We're so fucked up right now. He'd probably been like, "Yeah, go fine."
Trust might have it.
fine.
I'll. Fuck's sake, you have it. Never mind.
It's good, it's good, it's good.
Tell me the whole backstory. It's a ring from Traz.
It's a ring from my girlfriend that Traz made.
Yeah, and we did it immediately.
I'm getting married in an hour. I need it right now.
Oh my God, it's so important.
As I said, you may go and accompany Traz within the hall of the king and the queen, or you may wait in the exterior of the building.
Oh, wait outside. I can't
Maybe
go
we
in
will
there.
go.
Yeah? I'm like letting Val following his footsteps. I'm going in.
Now, should we all go in together, or is this just a foul?
A small line is starting to form behind you.
Oh my God, I'm staying outside the horse.
You walk over to the horse.
I'm back up.
The horse turns to
Okay.
you and goes,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and then looks back at the
You
wall.
know
Yeah.
what my ring looked like. If you want to just quickly run in alone.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go get it.
Okay, I have message too, so we can. I will message you in whatever period of time if we don't hear from you to check in.
We have the
Uh,
armband if you're panicking.
oh yes.
If you
I
get
step
tortured.
aside. Yes, it's okay. I know, bro. I try to console.
As you start to enter, you feel the magic drain from your body, and all of your magical items go inert.
Oof.
Okay. I wanna try and cast Divine Sense anyway.
Divine Sense works. You try it within I think the area around you. It does because it isn't a spell. It's just something you can do.
Let me
the area,
look.
within the
Let me look.
area, it does not detect any vibes apart from the ones that you're already aware of, that being your hand.
Okay. It is until the end of my next turn, so I'll have to redo it once I'm in there.
As soon as we get away
But-
from the door, I start crying and I'm like, thanks.
Like,
head over
That
to
was
the
a
horse.
good idea.
It was. I tried. Come on, Val.
Fal, you are escorted to the throne room. Upon opening the door, you see what seems like a partially heated conversation. Like the king is still just looking down at his arm blade. His arm blade is actually extended, and he's using a stone to sharpen it whilst this conversation's going on. And the queen and Traz, you walk in as the queen goes, "Yes, but we are not paying that much." And then you walk in and they both turn to you, and the king looks up with like one eye, like with one eye like sort of cocked, and then looks back down at his stone and continues to sharpen it.
Excuse me. Don't mind me. Trust, I came to ask you something, but I'll wait. And also to tell you something, Queen. Your Highness.
Miss Queen.
yes.
I'll do a bow.
One second.
Oh my god.
She
Off
sort of
with his head.
you say queen, I mean your highness. She looks down and goes, your highness is for him? And she like gestures to the king beside her.
Does he look dead and fake?
No, He's continuing to sharpen his stone. He doesn't look particularly undead or fake. And then she takes a breath and she goes, I am your majesty. There is a difference.
My deepest apologies, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Now, and then she turns back to Traz. Is he one of yours? Or has he interrupted our very important meeting? And Traz looks over at you. Do you do anything?
I look at him, just with full confidence, with a hint of pleading.
Is there a dragonborn hand signal you can throw him?
Throw up gang
Stop
signs.
Yes, yeah, is there a game you can throw him like, yo,
Can I throw the please help me jutsu or some shit?
yeah, you got something like that?
Please.
Now's the time.
He turns, and for once, his sort of like soft, joking face in these situations like hardens to one of more serious resolve. He does one single, like, very slight nod towards you and then looks back at the queen. It seems so, yes. And you are present for the rest of the conversation.
I want to cast Divine Sense once they're all distracted.
Okay. The conversation goes, well, the high price is because you exiled us from our home and now want us to come and help you. And she goes, I understand that, but it is a privilege to be back within these walls. It will gain you favor. And you cast Divine Sense. What's
Yes.
the area?
60 feet.
60 feet encompasses the whole room.
And not behind total cover. If
And
that
it does
matters.
undead, celestial, and fiend, right?
Yes.
Okay. You get one of each signature.
Oh.
Actually, two
Fucking
fiends.
off.
Oh.
You get your hand, which is one of the fiendish signatures. The celestial
There,
signature is directly to your right.
That trash.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
But it's
Holy
not
shit.
it's not that of a cleric or a paladin. You don't show up on your own divine sense for celestial. You get one demonic, which is the queen, and you get one
Yeah.
undead, which is the king.
I'm telling you.
Oh, no.
Holy shit.
It's
I got the biggest fucking
big
brain.
brain shit.
Holy shit.
Big brain shit, though.
I couldn't fucking stop smiling when you guys were talking about it in the fucking in the library, being like everyone's like this fucking conspiracy theorist bitch over here, and I was like fuck,
Yeah, exactly.
fuck.
She's got a tinfoil hat on and she's getting it all right. Is Traz like a part Asimar? What the hell's going on here?
Well, Asimar is just like a version of a race.
It
so
can
like
be, yeah.
You could just be a tiefling, but well, not tiefling.
Tiefling is the only one you can't
You,
be.
you could be any race, but
Really?
also just be an Asimar.
Yeah, it's a small angelic. Like if it was that, it's a small angelic part of your being is it's like angel, but like you can still be a dragonborn and be part Asuna.
So, Queen's
Hell, you gotta get out of there.
Queen's a
Well.
fiend.
Queen has fiendish energy, yes.
Hell,
Holy
you gotta get out.
shit. Yeah, write this down. No, I'm staying.
Hell, you gotta go.
I have a plan. You can't tell me what to do.
Shut up. She's definitely onto you. There's no way you just clocked her and she doesn't know. Your
Yeah,
ass
use
is so
some
toast.
big religious energy right there.
Yeah,
Traz,
your ass is crossed.
Traz actually, funnily enough, does turn to look at you when you do that foul. He like does a
Like,
quick look over and then looks back forward again. The queen and the king don't react.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
If they did, I would just describe it as like a divine sneeze.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that makes sense.
And the queen the Traz responds with, our payment is final and I will not budge. Now I can leave. Or you can let me know I should send for my army. And she goes, looks at she's about to say something, she looks at the king and looks back and goes, Traz, I am starting to get the feeling that you will send for your army regardless.
Fucker.
You have to fix this now. Prevent
and
war.
he like looks at her and goes, perhaps I will, but you won't like the outcome.
Ooh, get her.
I need to roll him a wisdom save.
Come on, Trav.
My god. Traz, please.
If you kill the queen, that's perfect.
kind of solves all of our problems.
We don't have to do
Most
it.
of them.
As Trez says that, he like looks down at his hand, and materializing in specks, which seems to irradiate some light, is a greatsword.
Ooh, with
Sir,
magic?
sir,
With
I
magic?
don't believe I was briefed on this. Why will you send for your army? I'm like trying to slowly towards the great sword.
The Queen would like our help dealing with the demon invasion that currently plagues them. You see, their army is taking a long time to arrive because they need many numbers to make up their defenses.
Mhm.
My men are worth 10 of hers, and they get here quicker. But she refuses to meet my demands.
What are your demands?
Our rightful place back, and he gestures to the empty window behind the Queen.
You know, a funny coincidence. That's part of why I came here. I wish to tell you, Your Majesty, that myself and my group have enlisted to help out with the demon army that are troubling your town. And I also came here to ask for your help, Tras, because I know your prowess in combat. I know how valuable you and your men are. And I'm
You
sure
also
if this...
know that you work under me, Thal, correct?
Yes, but you know how bureaucracy works.
And you know that if they want your blade, they need mine. Otherwise, you would be totally ruining my deal here.
Yes, like I said, I will let you take this.
He like smiles at you and nods slightly. This greatsword is like the point has now materialized against the ground, and he leans on it, cracking the tile below it. So, do we agree? The Queen sort of sits back and rubs her legs. Looks behind her at the giant stained glass window, which is missing and is just a window. Looks back down. No, you may leave. At which point, Traz turns to you and goes, Thal, things are about to get ugly in here. You might want to leave.
Your Majesty, I don't believe that it is unreasonable for Trazir to request his rightful place back in the city if he helps you defend it and keep it from being overrun by demons entirely.
Roll a persuasion check.
Please, dear Lord.
But
21.
She wants
Whoa.
overrun by demons. That's a point.
Yeah, she loves those.
If it gets overrun, there will be no place for any god here.
That's perfect.
Nor any
Dis-
people, nor anything.
Despite your very, very impassionate and convincing persuasions, she just leans back and goes, who are you to tell me what is reasonable in my kingdom, in my castle?
Get out.
Simply believe it would be reasonable to have a kingdom at the end of the day.
You
I'm sorry, Your
hear,
Majesty.
you see her wave her hand, and you hear behind you as you turn around and look, and you see a large wooden board has been placed onto the locks of the doors.
Damn it.
I fucked up, y'all.
Sorry.
Cast message.
Tell me.
Oopsie.
Hey Thal, you good?
You cast message, and you feel it travel towards the castle, and as it hits the threshold of the magic-free zone, it dissipates.
Of course, that doesn't work
I'm
Did
so
we hear-
sorry.
Did we hear the
this time, but
Nope.
start rolling that new character.
You can, like, I'm not trying to. This isn't particularly foul dead. There is ways that you could decide if you would like to go and investigate. It has been a little while, but you are. If you are with Husker, you are with the horse, which is pretty far away from the castle. And I did try to warn you by saying all of your magic items deactivate and your magic drains as you enter.
Yeah, you also gave him a chance to leave. It's
Super did. Hardcore
I'm
did.
gonna-
Can't
Should've.
save you this time, bud.
Briar won't think. Briar fully trusts that Thal's got this, so I'll just be like in the middle of trying to figure out how to. I'm like faking palming off a ring to people. I'm like, okay, this is the ring he finds. Okay, so someone.
Okay.
Someone.
Right. I see.
Oh,
I see.
right.
Okay,
I'm
that's
showing her how to
easy.
do it. I know how to do misdirection, sleight of hand. I'm showing
You're
her how
a
to do it.
genius.
How did you do that? Wait,
It's all
you
about.
have my nose. Give me my nose back.
No, you can't have it back. It's all about
Give me-
getting.
His
You
nose.
have to come get it back. It's all about getting someone to look over there and then doing something over here. I have your ears now.
Give me back.
And while it's happening outside, going back inside the
No,
castle,
yeah.
you hear the of the door locked behind you. You see Traz take both of his hands upon his large greatsword, and you see the queen slowly stand. And as she does, she looks over at the king, and she raises her hand, and you see him lock up and then stand upwards.
Man.
Man's gonna murk you.
You see her visage slightly change. You see what once seemed to be a human queen recedes into something much more demonic. You see the shimmer fade away, and you see small spines lining her face, going to the back of her head, and two large curved horns from which hang small crystals dotted around her head in a crown. And she looks over at the king, who stands up. His visage slowly fades into one that seems to be more rotting and placid, white skin dripping from the face with decay.
Man.
His arm blade extends, and he looks at you, holds out his hand, and the shield shimmers from your back and appears in his hand.
Oh no!
Oh.
No!
God.
Man spotted it.
You
I-
stupid bitch.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, make sure Traz lives. Make sure.
The king lets out a single towards you. And that's what we'll end the session for today.
Oh my God.
You don't have any magic?
Man.
You don't have any magic weapons?
Stupid bitch.
You got your fists. Go.
He's got a sword.
Sword?
Oh, you got God and you got
I have a
fists.
sword. I have a mace.
You do
all
have
I
a
need.
Yeah, you do have a mace.
Oh! Wait, I could bring out my glaive. I have no shield anymore.
True.
Yeah.
That does take
And
like
this
a
whole
whole
time-
turn, though.
Yeah, true.
Just like 1 second, guys.
So, something of note, you all level up.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
There will not be a Battle Royale next session as normal because I want to continue with the story. We will pick it up in an appropriate time. It wouldn't make much sense for it to start right now in the story, so...
Avis is like, 1 second.
Actually,
Yoink.
poof! So we'll pick it up at a more appropriate time whenever that happens. But yes, feel free to level up. I will warn you all, this combat was not intended to be this soon. So
Oh, man.
prepare and make sure you know all of your abilities, you know all of your spells, you know everything.
Hey, wait, we're gonna get involved in this?
Just in case.
Please! Please do!
Hey, I'm a wizard.
You're gonna have hey, shoot off that flare.
Ayo, I'm a wizard with a bow.
Hey, shoot off that flare.
I can't help you.
I'm just letting you know, make sure you know everything,
Unless-
just in case.
Is
And-
there...
Alright.
Make yourself a new character, why don't you, Dave?
Teach me the ways of this castle real quick. So there's the front door, right?
Yes.
Is there then another set of doors
Okay,
and that's the main
There is a front door.
Okay.
Once you enter the front door, there is a route left and right, which you assume leads in deeper into the castle into parts where you have not seen.
Yeah.
directly, you can see from the front door a set of 2 large oak doors,
Okay.
and that is the one that leads to the throne room.
So, hypothetically, if,
There is a set of doors between that and the front doors that
Yeah.
will be used during a siege to hold back attackers.
hypothetically, if all those doors were open and I was outside, I could shoot an arrow in. Or
Uh,
a spell in.
you would be probably on the edge of your range, depending on what bow you had, but yes, you could.
Okay, it's never gonna happen. But
No.
hypothetically, there would be a straight line.
There would be a straight line.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, you're fucked. Sorry about that. So,
It was
you
fun.
did get many chances to run away and didn't take them.
Yeah, you did this. You did this.
Oh, you guys are something else.
No, don't say you guys. Don't say you guys. Say you die. You
I'm
die.
so happy that Briar's
It is you
theory.
guys. We have all done stupid shit. You get to tell me about being the only one.
No, you're the only one who has literally died.
Hey, wait. To
You're
be
talking
fair,
about just you just wrote the fucking ley line.
I'm pretty sure Gregor.
So what? No one died.
I'm pretty sure
You
Gregor's the
moved it.
only one that hasn't done something. We moved it. I'm pretty sure Gregor is the only one that hasn't done something absurdly stupid except from fight with a
In this
baby.
campaign.
He's fought with a child. He's fought with a
Exactly.
child and said my
That's right.
name,
Yeah.
but like
Oh,
It could
yes.
have
I did.
easily been him who moved
Yeah.
the ley lines.
easy.
We were fighting for that right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're about to steal the crowd jewel of Alicia.
I'm so glad
That's
that my
not stupid, that's
theorizing was right.
That's smart.
So glad that Briar's brain being like, yeah, she's totally undead.
I'm not gonna lie, the reason we had to end is
genius.
because I prepped a totally different combat.
But you did, bud.
Right.
Honest
So sorry to do this to you.
Nah, it's good, it's good.
Another question that's like not really relevant right now, but I'm sure I asked it before and I didn't write it down.
Mm.
When we met the Queen the first time and we
Mhm.
saw this version of her that she's been like portraying, did that look like the accounts of the Queen in the past, or did she
Yeah.
look different?
No, she looked like the queen.
Okay.
She was a bit older,
And, like,
probably a bit
paler.
more gone, and like her hair color was slightly different, but it was pretty much the same.
Okay. But she wasn't like a totally different
No.
vibe. Alright.
I don't believe so.
She just like she'd heard about how the Queen looked and vaguely made the description based off that is kind of what it sounds like.
Well, something of note is below the queen's illusion, she still looks like the queen. She just looks like
An evil queen.
if the human queen was a tiefling instead.
Okay. Interesting.
Thal, it's fine because if you wouldn't have been here, it would have been Traz fighting both of these guys alone.
Per Traz.
Oh.
Tell it to me straight. Was this comeback gonna happen regardless of whether I showed up or not?
Their fight, yes.
And the Trez would
Okay.
die.
Okay, I can help keep Trask alive. You know what? This is fantastic.
Can't you?
Traz.
Or are you just gonna die with your good buddy Trez?
Good buddy
No,
Traz.
watch me.
He's an angel.
Traz can do
Watch
magic
me.
inside
Wait a
there.
You can guess though, considering
can't.
he
Wait.
summoned his weapon.
Yeah.
You don't-
Wait a minute.
Last time you were there, you couldn't.
No, I mean, I can't guess that as Briar because I wasn't there.
No, yeah, you
Just
can't. But
Putting words out into the void of like,
Gr-
can Traz make
yeah,
magic?
all you know right now. We don't have to particularly have to end if you guys want to do anything like small before then. But
Talk to the horse.
Gregor
I
can't.
like it.
We know Gregor can't cast magic in because when he tried to send a message, it bounced off.
Right.
But Dave knows that Traz can cast magic inside.
Or at the very minimum can summon something.
Yes, because he summoned his sword.
Like soul bond.
Wait. Okay, so since I have the features, does that mean my aura protection or of warding are also up?
Let me check the wording on them.
Are they a spell?
While you're conscious, you grant all friendly creatures, including you within 10 feet, a +4 bonus to all saving throws, and you and friendly creatures within 10 feet if you have resistance to magic or to damage from spells. It doesn't say it's like
Pretty
magic or anything like that.
Pretty useful.
It would be very useful.
When you're conscious, that's a pretty
Yeah,
generic
I
thing.
agree.
It could be the thing that keeps Traz at least alive for a little bit. I'd like to
Yeah.
But I also don't blame you if you take that away.
I'd like to clarify that, like, even if we do somehow realize that you're in trouble and we should come and help, the door is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we can't get to you.
No reason for us to barge in there and break the door down.
There's
None.
also
None
all the
whatsoever.
King's Guard out here.
Yep.
Or the Queen's
Fuck yourself.
Guard.
Sorry.
There is
We're gonna be
nothing
playing
within.
sleight of hand.
I'm gonna play sleight of hand games for the rest
But
of
you
the
die.
combat.
Yeah.
Give it back.
There is
Right.
nothing within
It's your card.
there's nothing within Paladin that says that an aura is a magical effect and therefore technically it works within an anti-magic field.
Nice.
But don't
We
start
have
with just
resistance to damage from spells.
that. Well,
Hell yes.
that is good. That is good.
Yeah, you can't shoot me down all day.
Whilst only within 10 feet of each other.
Okay, yeah, I'll just stay close to him.
So we're level 8 now.
Aye aye.
Which means ability score of feet.
Capitan.
Ooh. Ooh.
Lovely.
Let me
That's
roll
very
my
nice.
dice. 4 more health, heck yeah.
Good warlock feet.
Where is... I think this whole time outside, Gregor is probably telling Briar, you know, your theory's pretty unlikely, right?
Yeah, bro, you really seem to be making things up there.
Well, look, the theories are just that. They're just theories, you know? It's probably not the case.
Sure.
Like, the likelihood of an undead in the capital?
You have the greatest
Oh.
imagination of anyone I know.
Oh lord.
That's big praise coming from a bard.
Fuck, actually, you guys will find out.
We will?
Yeah. Because Traz has magic and has sending.
He'll just be like,
shit.
Ayo, help.
Yeah.
Hey,
So we'll
whoever's
say-
in the vicinity.
You know what? We'll make a new dramatic ending. He looks over at Thal and goes,
Nice.
Thal, are your friends there?
Yes, just outside.
He looks up at the Queen as the combat's about to start and sends Gregor a message.
Oh, yes.
Best choice. By far.
choice.
You get Gregor. Queen is evil.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
King is undead. We're about to fight.
Help.
Come get Thal. He will die.
Get Val.
From Traz.
Come get your mans.
While he's getting this message, he's like doing like 1,000-yard stare, and then once it ends, he turns slowly to Briar. Briar,
Huh?
you were right. We need to get in there and help Thal right now.
What?
And point to all the guards around us. What do you
Yep.
mean?
The queen is demonic. The king is undead. Can't.
It's very exciting that I was right, but
I
That's
know.
really the point right now.
Okay, yes. So Thal's in trouble. So
can we fly in from above, Husker? Wait.
he'll no. Oh.
You can fly
Yikes!
a little bit.
Is that enough to get up there?
Is there a way in up there?
There's a bunch of very large stained glass windows.
Smash
Let's
it.
bust one.
It looks so cool.
Oh no, we're making the Farquaad scene from Shrek!
Yes!
No!
Shrek. That's absolutely what we have to do. Pick your least favorite god, and we'll bust through their stained glass window. Let's get it.
Just to avoid Corell and we'll be fine.
No, Corellan's the only one that gets busted through.
No, we gotta bust through the one that used to have Onir in it. That's
Yeah.
what we have to do.
Yeah.
Did they have to replace the window anyway?
replace
And
it.
then they have
Yeah.
to replace it with the Onir
Genius.
one. When it's done.
When it's done.
But
You know what?
it's
So, because we do have a little bit of time, so you guys do that. You guys go to bust through a window.
I don't know how that would
Yeah.
work, because I don't think Husker can carry us.
Okay, no, there's no way I can carry Gregor out of the question. Cannot carry
Well,
Gregor.
I think
Briar,
maybe we could say we want to go in now. Like yes, on second thought, we would like to go in and join our friend Thal.
Because
Oh yeah, you guys don't know that it's been closed.
we
Right.
don't know it's been closed. I'm just wondering, like, as a hypothetical outsider character, do we yet again do the trick where Gregor turns into a spider? So he can be carried.
Ooh, Gregor Spider.
Mhm.
Gregor Spider.
Just a thought. I'll figure out a different way in if that ends up being the best option. But
Greg Ned.
I'm sure.
Because
I
I have
could.
a lot of shit on me.
Well, just ask the guard, like, hey, why is the door shut? The guard will be like, oh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Can't ask if
Can't
we
open
can
it.
go in.
Probably
outside,
Queen's orders.
Ask if we
Oh,
can
that's
go in.
right. Damn
Oh, yeah,
it. Yeah, that's true.
it's really good idea to draw attention to a battle going on inside, so you know all the Queen's Guard come and help the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's demonic, she'll
she's
be
a
like, not my
demon.
queen.
You're gonna
Hashtag.
be like, yo,
Hashtag not my Queen.
hashtag. Wait,
Yeah.
are the
Okay,
stained
wait.
glass windows?
Do we level up
Can I?
before or after?
After the session.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can't like get a spell and be
No.
like, this spell will help.
Unfortunately, not.
I can't just figure out a spell at this moment. and
No,
be-
you don't just remember back and figure it out. You
like I just know knock.
just no knock.
Okay, that's fine. I could ice storm a window open.
It's glass.
Yeah.
You could punch it.
Well, yeah, I know.
You don't need to
probably
use
could.
ice storm on it.
I feel like I just gently caress it. I don't got muscles.
We need to think about this. We need to brainstorm an infiltration plan.
Right.
Oh no! And next week's Christmas.
Are you bum?
Oh yeah, next week is Christmas.
We have to think. We have a long time
Holy
to think.
shit.
Sal, do you start bumping by any chance?
Oh
Start
my
rapid
god!
tapping.
It's nothing works in here. The magic items don't work.
You random tap and you don't feel the buzz that you get when you normally do it. You
Do
are
we feel
alone,
anything,
Val.
though?
Nope.
You're
No.
alone.
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I have Traz.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I dead ass have no way in without some aid.
I'll bust that window. I'll smash the fuck out of that window.
Bust.
Me and my best friend, Two Snakes.
Two
You-
snakes.
There's an easy way to get both you and Gregor in, right?
What's that?
Which is you would fly up,
Smash.
burst through, and he'd be a spider, so you can carry him.
I don't want to do the math right now, but I'm pretty sure Husker could carry you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Gregor's out of
Yeah.
the question, but I'm pretty sure I can manage Briar.
So if Gregor's a
So,
spider
Spider
and
tag.
yeah,
Yeah. Greg and yeah.
Possibly.
We can
I
do that.
just have a lot of shit on me.
I'm not gonna worry about that right now. It might be a bit of a struggle, but you can do it.
Okay, so then yeah, I guess that's our tactic.
Okay. Because one thing I want to make sure everyone's aware of what they can and can't do whilst we're in. It's really annoying because only technically actually one person can cast magic inside of her. As you bust through the window on your way in, Gregor. Oh no, Thal also can't. Gregor, you and Thal feel that obviously you feel the magic recede from you, but Husker, you still feel your magic, and Briar, it sputters a little bit, but your magic seems to stay.
Am I doing the equivalent of
man.
wild magic for this fight?
No,
Okay,
it's
that's
for a
fine.
different reason.
Why is
Thank God.
can't fuck with my best friend, Two Snakes.
But yeah, the reason why you can do it is because your best friend Two Snakes is more powerful than whatever the Queen's got.
Yo! Wait, but she was more powerful than nature itself?
Yeah, like than God. All the gods.
My best friend's Two
That's-
Snakes just
dude.
can't be beat.
That says something about two snakes. That's
Hashtag-
Can't
insane.
be beat.
Hashtag my best friend Two Snakes.
Hashtag my best friend, Two Snakes. I'll get anything in the world that they want, because they'll kill me if I don't.
Get your best friend who will kill you if you stop helping them.
We're not
Wait,
doing
he's
the
not
fight
me.
right now.
Hold on, Two Snakes.
Huh?
Right, we're not doing the fight right
No,
now.
no, no. That was just as you guys enter, you get plopped in the back of the room behind the king and queen. The glass
You're
smashes
out.
over everyone.
Gregor's here, I promise. Squish.
Can I clarify just before we get to it, which will be in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever,
2 weeks, I think.
when we do start the fight, while I'm still in the air being held by Husker,
Yeah.
as we're coming through the window, I want to use an ice storm on the royal family.
Okay, there will be around 2 to 3 rounds of combat before you guys
That's
manage to get
fine.
in.
I just want to make
Okay.
sure it's known, and I want to say that I've said that to Gregor and Husker as we're going, so
Sure.
that they don't just like charge in and then get hurt by the ice storm also.
Sure.
That's all. It doesn't, however, affect whether Thal has moved into that area.
Yeah, or if the queen and king have moved.
Yeah, but I'm aiming for where their seats were,
Oh, okay, you aiming where the seats were.
because that's what I know of the room.
Okay, cool. So the next session will be on the 25th of December, which there actually will be a session for those of us who don't have family.
But it won't be this.
Hey, I have one.
For those of us who have family but are doing things later
Okay.
in the day.
Don't do Christmas.
Yeah, sure, that's nicer.
I unfortunately will be out of town.
Of course
Understandable entirely.
Joe.
It's Christmas.
Well, you're saying you can't be here on Christmas Day to play D&D with us, you
Understandable
nerd?
entirely. It's Christmas.
Wait, so the first
Nice
day of
behavior.
the new year, we're gonna try and kill
David.
the queen.
I don't know about. Again, I'm pretty sure Josie
That
doesn't
was
know if
amazing.
he's going to be there for New Year's Day.
Okay. So it might be.
Most likely not, only because I'll have friends in town from New York.
This.
So
dude.
understandable.
Maybe.
I'm on call both of those
That's okay.
weekends. Isn't that dog shit? I'm on call on
That's-
Christmas
Yeah,
Day.
that sucks.
If somebody
Bruh,
calls me
what?
about their garage door on Christmas Day, I'm gonna hang up the phone.
So will you,
Don't call
Joe?
me.
Will you be out? Will you be like out for like the whole of that like week, or is it just New Year's Day that you'll be away?
It is. Let me look at.
Also, is it the 16th or the 8th? The 15th or the 8th that we talked about starting the other campaign?
15.
15th.
So the
We're still
8th will be the
working-
last session.
Before that
Consistent
was-
weekly sessions. Yeah.
To the last
Right.
one. It's because we all died.
Could be.
Honestly,
Could be.
it might work out really well.
Yeah, let's see, because my buddies are in town. Yeah, they leave in the evening of the 2nd, so I would be out pretty much all over
Damn,
the
that
year.
sucks. I was gonna suggest that maybe we switch the session to a Sunday that one time, but I guess
they'll
not.
they'll still be there. Say good, like a red eye.
Sad.
That's sad. Okay, so the next.
Oh, well.
The 8th then.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a shame.
We'll still do something next week.
We'll
Christmas.
we'll have so the Christmas session is next week.
That might also go over to the 1st.
Yeah, I guess like, that is good. It gives us like a little bit of a buffer as well. If everyone's available on the first, that is.
I will. I'll be on call with it, yeah.
We need to make. We're gonna make characters for the Christmas one shot. Goofy,
Christmas.
fun Christmas characters. So bear that in mind.
Lovely.
What a wild shift
Um,
we're taking on the queen.
level 10 fun Christmas characters.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, we'll see you all on Christmas Day.
Merry
Goodbye.
Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
Give us.
Human.